an Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's a playoff Game 6 Thursday. How we doing today? Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash. Tonight, the Knicks will look to close out the Atlanta Hawks. More on that later.
Did you think about that before you said it?
What did I say?
It's a playoff Game 6 Thursday where you're just talking.
I think everything I say is just talking. The show is not scripted. I mean, I plan stuff out in terms of what to talk about, but no. Why?
I could feel you like almost stuck. You're like, it's a playoff. Wait a second. What am I going to say here? All right, Game 6.
I mean,
Thursday. Let's go.
Evan, I'm going to fix this for you. It's an elimination Thursday.
Oh, you like that better?
Much better. Quicker to the point.
It's a send the Hawks packing Thursday.
We could have the Hawks and Mets both eliminated from the playoffs today.
It's close. We'll get to the Knicks a little bit later on, and also the Yankees, because today, you don't even know this. I don't know if Sean even knows this. Today is actually a big decision date for the New York Yankees that we'll address a little bit later on. But I was watching a Met game last night, and I did something that very few people did.
Boy.
I did something that you, Tiki Barber, didn't do. You, Sean Morash, didn't do. Boomer and Gio didn't do. Nobody did. I don't think anybody did it in this town, except for about 612 people. And you know what that is?
What's that?
I watched every second and every pitch of last night's Met loss by a final score of 14-2. I watched it all.
Yeah, you wanted to feel the pain?
It wasn't just the pain I wanted to feel. I had a lot of thoughts.
Was it cathartic? Did you feel better after you did this?
I don't feel better, but
Because at some point you already conceded loss,
I'm
right?
dead. Well, yeah. I think when the 7 runs scored in the fourth inning, I conceded the loss. So, no, I wasn't watching the game with the hope of the miracle comeback. I was just watching the game. I was going through the motions.
Right.
I'm scoring it. I'm just going to finish the job. And as I'm watching this game, this just horrific final 6 innings, because, again, the game was over in the fourth inning, especially when Brady House hit the grand slam, I had a lot of brain thoughts. And you tell me if this is cathartic. And I want Met fans, you tell me if what I'm about to tell you makes you feel better. Because it may not make you feel better.
Okay.
I have no idea. But it's an observation I made about the Mets that is very tough to argue. I think David Stearns did a terrible job. We've said it ad nauseum now for the last few weeks, blah, blah, blah. I think if the Mets brought back Pete Alonso and the Mets brought back Brandon Nimmo and they basically just redid the core of the roster, I think they'd still suck. I think the Mets sucked no matter what they did, unless it's something no one can imagine.
Why? What makes you say that?
I'll tell you why. Thank
Because
you,
there's
Chief. I'll
so
tell you
many
why.
games that I think, even though Pete's having a tough start in Baltimore to this season, he helps you win those games because he's at least got 3 home runs or 4 home runs.
And
at
by the
this
way,
point,
I would
right?
even assume that if Pete came back, he wouldn't be struggling the way he's been struggling because I don't think there would be the adjustment that he's dealing with right now in Baltimore. So I'm even saying that under the assumption Pete's playing well. And Brandon Nimmo, and you guys obviously got to see him the last few days. He left with a hamstring injury. Hopefully it's not too bad. He's claiming it's not too bad. We saw him the last few days in the Yankee-Ranger series. Here's why they would have sucked either way. And maybe this is cathartic for some. You tell me. Did you watch David Peterson last night?
I did. We have for the last 4 starts.
Okay. Do you think
And he's on our fantasy team, Sean. I think it might be time.
I was going to say, not after today.
Do you think Pete Alonso and Jeff McNeil and Brandon Nimmo and Edwin Diaz would have made any difference on the fact that David Peterson sucks?
No.
Okay.
Not yesterday.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Sean Manaea is making $25 million a year and is basically being used as a long man. He came in yesterday with the bases loaded and 2 outs, hit a batter, and gave up a grand slam. Do you think if the Mets ran it back with their core, Sean Manaea would be better than this?
No, he would not.
Okay, let's keep going. Kodai Senga is now on the injured list with lumbar stuff.
Lumbitis.
Yeah. Do you think that Kodai Senga, who for whatever reason forgot to pitch after the June 13th injury, June 12th injury, do you think Kodai Senga would be good if all those guys came back?
No.
Okay, let's keep going. I ain't done yet.
Jeez.
Let's get to these stiffs known as Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos. And I hate to call him a stiff, but even Ronnie Mauricio, who's been disappointing. Let's talk about the baby Mets. How about Francisco Alvarez, who hasn't done anything in about 3.5 weeks? Do you think those guys' development would have been that different?
Well, I don't think
if Pete and Nimmo were still
I don't
here?
know if they've been playing as much, right? Benz would likely not be up here. Vientos would not be forced to play first base. So I don't think they'd be playing as much.
Not as much, but they'd be playing.
Yeah,
I mean, Beatty's been playing a lot of right field.
Their impact would just be, I don't know, they'd be the margin of what success is. They wouldn't be counted upon to be contributors like the Mets are counting upon them right now to be contributors. So I'm half buying what you're saying because I don't think they'd be as involved.
Yeah, I think their roles would clearly be different.
Yes.
You're 100% right about that. First base would be handled differently. Brett Beatty booted a ball, and Pete Alonso's there. He makes the play, blah, blah, blah. My point to you, though, is the issues with the New York Mets run a lot deeper than the controversial decisions we hated. Their development of Mark Vientos, Brett Beatty, and Francisco Alvarez has been putrid.
Yeah.
We have to accept that. And we can blame the players for that. We can blame the coaching staff for that. We can blame the front office for that. Whoever you want to blame, that's fine. You can pick it. The development of those players has been horrible. The two pitchers, really three pitchers, that were supposed to close out the rest of this rotation after Peralta, McClain, and Holmes, they're unpitchable. They're not bad. They're not mediocre. They're unpitchable. One guy is in the bullpen. He's been relegated to be a long man. The other guy is on the IL with lumbar issues. And David Peterson is like, I don't know what the hell they're going to do with him.
Right. He might as well be in the bullpen being a long man. So
So
that's where he was better, actually.
I don't want anyone to take this as a defense of David Stearns. He has sucked in the job that he's had of building this roster. But we need to be honest that the Met issues run a lot deeper than Marcus Semien, Bo Bichette, and Jorge Polanco. Those guys I just mentioned, Senga, Peterson, Minaya, Vientos, Beatty, Mauricio because of the Lindor injury, Alvarez, they're all pretty much awful right now. And if they were awful, even upon keeping Pete and keeping Brandon Nimmo, they may not be 10 and 20, but Teak, they wouldn't be good.
But does the Met fan pine for Pete Alonso and Brandon Nimmo and Jeff McNeil? Is that what they're pining for right now? And I'm asking kind of rhetorically because I don't think the Met fan is. I think the Met fan was okay moving past a team that completely crapped the bed at the end of last season and has been on that train for a while, and it just wasn't going anywhere. Like, I don't think the Met fan is looking at the deletions, the departures from last season and saying, that's what we want. If we just had those guys. I think what they're doing is looking at what David Stearns did and said, you picked the wrong dudes, man.
Right.
You picked a bunch of guys who were marginally good at best and were injured at worst. And right now they're injured.
Yeah.
Right? Luis Robert is officially, right? He's on the IL.
He's about to go on the IL.
He's about to go on the IL. Polanco, who knows what the hell he's doing with his Met tenure so far. He's not playing first base. So it's up. Like, I think you've forgotten about the old Mets. Now the new Mets are just the wrong ones to bring in. Right? This is as much as we want to reshape how we feel about this team, we can't help but look at the same thing that we looked at last week, earlier this week, 2 weeks ago. David Stearns did a bad job, and he tried to sell you a bill of goods that is not panning out, and I don't see any path for it to pan out, to be perfectly honest with you. These guys are not going to get better as the season. Maybe Bo Bichette does, but Jorge Polanco's not getting better as the season goes on. Luis Robert Jr., who we thought was a good outfielder, maybe we just didn't watch him when he was in Chicago because he's not a good outfielder.
Right.
He has a limp arm, and he's never healthy. So this is just it's a colossal miss by David Stearns, letting guys go, but also bringing guys in.
Oh, yeah. The guys that he brought in have all been failures, and you just laid it out, and I am not disagreeing with that. And he deserves, obviously, most of the blame. But the guys that were here have failed.
Yeah.
The guys that they were relying on have failed, which is my point that even if it wasn't, and you can name the fill-in-the-blank guy, whether it's Kyle Schwarber or it's Kyle Tucker or whatever player you wanted them to add after losing the key players or losing the veteran players that they wanted to move on from. My point is this team was going to struggle no matter what they did because of those guys I just mentioned. They needed David Peterson to be a competent major league pitcher. He's not.
Yeah.
They needed Mark Vientos or Brett Beatty. Pick one of them to step up. It hasn't happened.
Right. Why is that, by the way? Why do we think that?
Why do we think what?
Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos. Why has the development lacked of these young players?
Look, I think there are two ways you could try to answer this. And I think Yankee fans can join in on that conversation, too, because they've had plenty of guys over the years that you had high hopes for. I mean, Anthony Volpe's a great example.
Of course.
And he may be on his way back the next few days.
But you don't even worry about it because Judge is Judge, and you hit a home run with Ben Rice.
Right, and Ben Rice has been developing. Is it the player? Is it simply we were wrong about that guy? Is it something the organization does wrong? Like, what is the thing that causes one's top prospects to not develop? Is it the player? Is it the organization? Is it a little bit of both? I have to be honest, Tiki, I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
All I know is that it's failing.
How about stop jerking guys around positions?
That could contribute.
Yeah.
You know, they got enough to worry about becoming major league players. Vientos, Beatty.
But John,
you just give the guys a position?
I mean, it may be as simple as that. You just set an expectation, and it's what you do every day when you come to work. As opposed to, all right, I'm going to the ballpark today. Where am I going to be?
But my retort
am
to
I
that
even
is,
in the lineup?
But my retort to that is simply, I'm just going to use two words as a retort to that. Anthony Volpe. Because the Yankees took the approach of, you're the shortstop. No worries, bro. You're going to play every day. We're not going to send you down. We're not going to jerk you to different positions, which you're right. They've now done with a guy like Brett Beatty. And until now, we'll see if that changes once he's activated. He's failed.
Yeah.
So there isn't a one answer for it on why it's happened. But that's one of the main reasons why the Mets are terrible right now. I think we get lost in the veteran players who are overpaid that they brought in. And trust me, do I hate looking at Marcus Semien and Bo Bichette right now at times? Yes. Jorge Polanco's been a disaster. Yes, they've all been bad moves. I'm not defending it, nor am I defending David Stearns.
Hey, Nimmo got hurt yesterday, too.
I know. We talked about it, and I think he'll be okay. Nimmo says it should be in the lineup on Friday. But the point is, the guys they needed to have step up, whether they brought the core back or not, or brought in different guys, they've all been so bad. And yes, that is on David Stearns. Like the Shomania contract is on David Stearns, no doubt.
Yeah.
Not trading Kodai Senga, if that's something they wanted to do during the offseason, and who knows if there were any decent deals out there.
I doubt
that's on David Stearns.
I doubt there were many takers.
Maybe not.
You'd basically would have given them away. But would it have been worse?
Well, it depends.
It probably couldn't have been worse.
Look, I'll never forget, and I'm not saying it was out there, but one of the trades, bad contract trades I offered during the offseason was Kodai Senga to the Astros for Christian Walker. Now, Christian Walker's having a really good year, and he's actually a first baseman. That would have been a freaking steal. But to your point, I don't know if that was actually out there.
Yeah.
But watching the Mets last night again get their ass kicked, again lose a game, it's a reminder that a part of this colossal failure, and maybe a lot of this colossal failure, maybe most of the colossal failure, actually isn't the high-priced veterans they brought in, as bad as they are, but it's the Francisco Alvarez's, the Brett Beatty's, the Mark Vientos's, and yes, 3 starting pitchers who in spring training we all thought, Manayo bounced back, Peterson, he just got tired last year.
Yeah.
Senga's velocity's back. They're all unpitchable. And you throw that together, and you have a bad baseball team that's more than just a bunch of veterans that Stearns brought in that he missed on.
It's a stack of a bunch of things going wrong. All the things, it's Murphy's Law, right? Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. And there isn't an easy fix to it. And right now, David Stearns and Carlos Mendoza are feeling it. And they're going to hear it and feel it. Because no matter how good it felt 2 days ago to win, what was that, 8-0? Have a breakout, 8-1. Have a breakout game.
No, 8-0. We shut them out.
Yeah, it was a shutout.
Shut them out.
Right. Yeah. Started 1 run, then 7 runs in the 4th inning. Right. So, but how good that felt. And I heard Boomer say this, 40 minutes ago, and he's so right. All they have to do, all the Mets have to do is win today. And they will have won 2 of the 3 series in this homestand. Right?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And when he said it, I was like, yeah, but it doesn't feel right.
Well, because they finished 4-5, T.
That's right.
Which is not good.
That's right. And
Yeah.
you cannot erase those 12 games that they lost in a row. Those 12 games they're sitting over you until you have a streak of, 8 games, whatever it may be, in order to mitigate that, like get rid of the stench of losing 12 games. So even though you win 2 out of 3 series, if you win today against the Washington Nationals, it still feels like we're still kind of buried.
Well, they've created a massive hole for themselves.
Yes.
And once they snapped the losing streak, the key was, can they turn this into not necessarily a 10-game winning streak, but a stretch of games where they win 10 out of 15?
Yeah.
Can they do something like that? And the reality is, since they broke the losing streak, their record is 3-4.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Right.
It needed to be 5-2 or 6-1. And there's time on the calendar, but when you look at the roster and you look at the players I mentioned, like a Mark Vientos and a Brett Beatty, are they all of a sudden, after all the experience that they've had, are they all of a sudden going to become really good baseball players?
I don't feel it.
The answer is probably not. And
Yeah.
I was envisioning last night as I'm sitting there watching this monstrosity of a game, I did envision for a brief second, hey, what would it look like if Pete was in the lineup? What would it look like if Brandon Nimmo was in the lineup? And while 10-20 may not be their record, let's say they were 3 games better and they were 13-17. There would still be people bitching about this is unacceptable.
Of course, especially with the payroll as high as it is and the expectation that's been surrounding this team for the last 2 years, 3 years, really. So there isn't an answer. I mean, you think about the young guys, there isn't an answer. I know the Anthony Volpe is the example, but the counter to Anthony Volpe's development with the New York Yankees has been Rice's development with the New York Yankees. You focused on making him a first baseman this year. He plays almost every day at first base. He's thriving. Anthony Volpe might just be overrated.
But
seriously,
a lot of prospects turn out to be
he
that.
hit a bunch of home runs his first year, but he hit 209.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's just he might have just been overrated.
I had one other thought last night, and this is where, I don't know, you guys may have to help me out on this. As I'm sitting there, and again, this is my problem. It's 14-2. Shut the TV off, Evan. Shut the TV off, Evan.
Is it not worth it, Evan?
Just stop it. I know we got the basketball game on the other TVs, but just stop watching the Mets. I had this other thought. And it's such a depressing thought. It's such a dark thought. I know it's going to piss a lot of people off, especially Met fans, even depressed Met fans, because they're going to say, all right, now you've gone too far. Now you've taken this too far, Evan. As I'm watching the Mets just get destroyed by the Nationals, I started thinking about the other 2 franchises that I love so dearly. No offense to the Islanders, they're my 4th team. I'm thinking about the Nets and I'm thinking about the Jets. And I actually started to say to myself, wow, they both have better futures than the New York Mets.
Oh, how the tide turns.
I know. I couldn't believe it. For example,
doubling down on my correctness about this.
For example, with the Nets, I said, I got the lottery a week from Sunday. I got cap space, and I got a lot of picks. I have a chance. I have like a roadway to being good, right?
No,
then I think about the Jets, and it's kind of the same thing. I've got a lot of cap space next year. I got 3 number 1 picks. I got a GM I kind of trust. Like, I can see the road. The Met road right now, yeah, I got a billionaire owner,
right.
And yeah, I still think David Stearns has a brain, but where's their road? I look at the road and I'm like, my God, it's so complicated.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. All right, I'm giving this to you right now.
What?
Sim lottery for the NBA draft.
I love when Tiki does it.
Don't do that.
Dude!
What?
They got it.
The Nets won the lottery.
Let's go! They won the lottery.
See? What did I tell you?
They're picking the wrong guy.
AJ DeBonsa, let's go.
But it's never happened. I've done this like 6 times. It's never happened.
Tiki, I want you to be honest, because I don't, no offense, Sean, I love you. I don't think you could be as honest as Tiki can.
Yeah.
Of the 3 franchises that I live and die for,
okay,
Jets, Nets, and Mets, I want you to power rank them on who has the better future. Go.
I'm gonna say Jets,
The Jets and
Mets, and then the Nets.
Okay, so you're still keeping the Nets third.
Oh yeah.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, there's no star. Like there's no. At least the Mets have a star.
That's true. I had another disturbing thought while watching the Mets lose 14-2. Are you ready?
Yeah, go
Are
ahead.
you ready for this?
Let's hear.
Can you play Dave Dombrowski for me, Sean? So Dave Dombrowski is the general man. He's the team president of the Philadelphia Phillies, not the GM.
Yep.
And Dave Dombrowski was very honest about Alex Cora and how he pursued him. And then he made this comment about trades. And if the Phillies would make a trade, just take a listen.
I get asked plenty about a lot of our players in our organization. And one thing that's changed, you talk about this, I've had trade conversations earlier than I ever have this year. Other clubs haven't been doing very well either. Clubs have called around. There's no question we have the talent. I'm not saying we're going to do that by any means, but there's no question we have that talent.
All right, so we have talent. People have asked questions. Maybe we'll make a trade. That's dot number 1.
Okay.
Dot number 2, Dave Dombrowski hates Bryce Harper, right? Basically called him out, said the guy's washed. Number 3, Bryce Harper hates Dave Dombrowski. That's number 3. And now we get to number 4. Do you think the Phillies and the Mets would ever be open to swapping star players with each other?
Who are you talking? Lindor?
Yeah, do you think the Phillies and Mets would ever consider Lindor for Harper? And I'm sure someone's already mentioned this on Twitter, so credit to DanC392 at whatever on social media. It's an obvious idea if you're trying to put together the Mets and the Phillies, but 2 teams have underachieved. Dombrowski hates Bryce Harper. He does. He don't like the guy. He basically said he sucks and he's washed. They're signed for the same amount of time. All right? They both are signed until 2031. Now, Lindor's making a few more $1 million more per year. He's making 32.4. Bryce is at 27.5. So
That's a pretty good number.
may have to pay off the difference.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think the Phillies and Mets, and do you think we as New York, would we do that?
What do you do with Trey Turner if you're the Phillies?
I think you move one of them to second base or third base. I think at this late in their career, one of them probably moves off of shortstop. Because I thought about that too. And Trey Turner's already done it.
No, Trey Turner turns around and gets traded to the Yankees.
Okay. We can get you involved later, but right now we're doing this.
To play third?
Yeah, why not?
No, play shortstop.
Shortstop if Volpe struggles.
True, that's right. I'm right.
And you know what?
I keep thinking the Yankees have a shortstop. They actually don't.
By
The
the way, you're
Phillies
right.
sell Harper. They're not going to start spinning everything here.
Well, they're getting Lindor back, though.
Okay.
It would basically
Yeah, they're not selling to suck.
Same thing with the Mets. It would almost be saying, hey, we got these two iconic level players, basically the same age, basically with similar contracts. Maybe it's just let's shake it up.
Okay, the only issue here is that it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Do you think David Stearns is doing that?
Well, that's what I asked you.
Is David Stearns confident enough in his knowing that he's made a mistake with the construction of this team to do that?
You know why I think he would? And you know why? Because I thought about it last night. I think I would make the trade as much as I hate Bryce Harper. And this is like it's a baseball reason. It has nothing to do with emotions because I love Lindor. I really do. I like Francisco Lindor. He has already given us some great Met moments. But from a baseball standpoint, Bryce Harper's a first baseman, and he's figured it out. He's pretty good over there. Francisco Lindor is going to be an aging shortstop. What do you do with aging shortstops? You usually move them off the position unless they're selfish like Derek Jeter and they play it until their career is over. I'm just kidding. So from a baseball perspective moving forward, I kind of would do it.
Yeah.
And I would have to take emotion out because I can't stand Bryce Harper and I love Lindor. But I'm just curious. Like, would you think the Phillies would do it?
I mean, it's
Probably not.
Probably not because it's interdivision.
Yeah.
I can't see it happening.
I don't know. Two desperate teams.
If they continue to slide, now they were off yesterday, right? So if
They had a rain out.
Oh, rain out. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They have a doubleheader today.
They're 10-19. The Mets are 10-20.
So if maybe 2 more weeks of this melees for both teams, then it becomes maybe a reality. Like, we got to solve each other's problems. We're both going to suck. We're both toiling down here in the basement while the Atlanta Braves out of nowhere are just amazing. But so we got to do something.
Yeah.
I could see it happening if it gets 2 more weeks of this. Maybe.
It's a fair trade, right?
I
think the Mets probably have to even the money.
I don't know if it's fair trade, but you can't do nothing.
Well, and both teams are big market teams.
Yes.
And Harper and Lindor are similar in this regard.
But does he have a no trade?
They both do.
Yeah.
They both would have to say yes. And I don't know. Maybe both guys are like, screw it. I'll try something
That's what's
else.
going to derail it.
Maybe.
That would derail it.
Both guys are really similar in that they go to this city. They have iconic moments, right? Bryce had the moment where he hit the home run that got the Phillies to the World Series. Lindor, of course, had a bunch of iconic moments in 2024. But at the end of the day, like, there's probably mixed feelings towards these guys. They're really good. Like, I love Lindor. I'm sure Philly fans love Bryce Harper, but I think there's this feeling of they're not homegrown, would be more open to doing it. He's not necessarily a guy that we could never trade. It's not the Phillies trading Mike Schmidt. It's not the Mets trading David Wright. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
We do have Luis Robert Jr. officially on the IL.
Oh, cool. Did they announce who they're calling up?
Yes. So
I would like it to be, before you tell me.
They've made 2 call-ups.
Oh, good. I want Nick Morabito to be one of the guys. Is he one of the guys?
No.
Oh, great. Okay.
No. So here you go. Carl Edwards Jr. designated for assignment.
Oh, come on. The guy's been great.
Luis Robert Jr. With the spine disc herniation is on the IL. They have recalled
Spine disc.
Austin
herniation.
Warren. He's coming back, right?
Austin Warren has been
Nice.
recalled. That's our guy.
That's my guy.
Yep.
And our guy, Eric Wagaman, is coming up to the New York Mets.
Eric Wagaman. For those that are not aware of Eric Wagaman, he is actually a legend in the history of Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash, because a couple of years ago, we were having a fun little segment where we were looking at the Marlins lineup, and I was asking Tiki, Sean, and Tommy, do you know who any of these guys are?
Yep.
And they were a bunch of no-names. And the name that jumped out at us was Eric Wagaman. We're like, who the hell is Eric Wagaman?
Put some money on him.
And so jokingly, we're like, let's put money on him to hit a home run, which he did. And so Eric Wagaman won us money. And now he's a New York Met. Very exciting news,
I'm pumped for him. I might buy that. Would be the first Met jersey I buy.
We'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019, the toll-free number, plus why today's an important date for the New York Yankees. And we'll get you set, because we got a Game 6 tonight as the New York Knicks try to eliminate the Atlanta Hawks. 888-808-1019. It is time for the Yankee Turning Point of the Game contest. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's Yankee turning point at 866-540-WFAN, and you receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. It's from your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx to take on Baltimore. 7:05 tomorrow night.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
Calling all hoops fans. Ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shots during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
New York City soccer fans, the biggest stage in world soccer is coming to the U.S., and you could be a part of the excitement. Head to a participating Verizon store for your chance to win tickets to FIFA World Cup 2026. It only takes a minute to enter, and no Verizon account is required. Check out visitverizonstores.com today for participating locations. Your chance to win ends May 14th. With Verizon, no one gets you closer. No purchase necessary. Ends May 14th. Open to legal residents residing in select states. 18 plus. See official rules at visitverizonstores.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. Money is on the line. Always say hello with Quo. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, we're cracking open spring with our $55,000 Explosion drawing. Earn entries all month long, then be here Thursday, April 30th from 4 to 6 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win cash prizes ranging from $2,500 to $10,000. At 7 p.m., 1 winner will be drawn to hatch the grand prize of $20,000 at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The Declaration of Deal sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. This is the time to save on all new Jeep and Ram trucks. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Everything you knew about reaching customers online is being rewritten. Time to rethink your approach. Outcomes from Viant finds real customers, not impressions, not clicks, customers. Our AI maximizes every dollar of your budget against the outcomes that matter most and proves it happened. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
Some days, self-care starts with Nature-Made gummy vitamins, a deep breath, and a little encouragement.
Mom, I'm really nervous.
Me too, honey, but we've got this. Repeat after me. I'm gonna have a good day.
I'm going to have a good day.
I choose joy no matter what comes my way.
I bring joy wherever I go.
Quality gummy vitamins from Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Yeah, discover how at chefiq.com. We've seen better days from the baseball locals. The Yankees fell 3-0 yesterday afternoon. They failed to sweep the Rangers. Elmer the Glue Rodriguez, 2 runs to his name in 4 innings in his debut. Despite that, he was still better than David Peterson, who, guess what, sucked again. The Mets lost 14-2, including a 7-run 4th inning. But on a positive, Juan Soto, for the second straight day, did hit a meaningless home run.
It was not meaningless.
It was 2-0 at the time.
Such a troll.
It really is. You can't say that.
Yes.
Well, final score's 14-2.
I understand, but he hit it at 2-0.
Yes.
Final
score's
score's
when he
14-2.
made it 2-1, and then he got mean mugged by Francisco Lindor when he put on the construction gear.
No, that wasn't a mean mug. That was
Whatever.
Lindor looking at him.
It was
in
a disgust mug.
I thought it was a different kind of look.
A lust mug?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought Lindor was lusting for Soto. And then I saw, and I credit Master Flip for doing the translation on this, that Soto did say in one of his press conferences the other day, basically put over how great Lindor is and how much they'll miss him. So all this, they hate each other talk. Maybe
I don't think
can
they
take
hate
a break.
each other. I just think it's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
And everybody knows it and feels it.
Now, I'm going to play a quick game because I am a man of giving the proper credit. And I did say before, I'm sure someone's brought up the idea of the Phillies and the Mets making some kind of big, massive move like Lindor for Bryce Harper.
Yep.
What have I told you? It was someone at this radio station.
Really?
And I want to give them the proper credit.
Okay,
So
let's hear
the
it.
question for you guys is, who did it? Who at this radio station a week ago suggested, and I'm going to play the audio so we can hear the context of it. Hey, guys, what do you think of Bryce Harper for Francisco Lindor? Someone at this radio station suggested it. They deserve the credit. Who is it?
Loogie.
You say Tommy Lugauer. Incorrect. Go ahead.
McMonagle.
It's not Big Mac. Ladies and gentlemen, I know, I'm as stunned as anybody. Craig Carton. Here we go. Yeah.
So combine the Mets and the Phillies, 19 consecutive losses. Someone texted me today and they said, would you trade Lindor for Bryce Harper straight up right now?
Hold on a second. Someone texted him.
So it wasn't Craig.
No, but Craig brought it up. Let's continue. Hold on.
Oh, made you think. Look at that. Look at the deep in thought, Mr. McMonagle.
If I'm trying to change things,
They lost 7 straight. You lost 12 straight.
Yeah.
The fan base is starting to turn on Lindor anyway.
I think he's making less money too. He's making less money. He's not as good defensively, obviously.
No. Would you make that trade for trade's sake?
I don't know.
You're thinking about it, though.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't even give an opinion.
I know.
Nah, credit to Craig. He gave credit to whoever texted him. So just to be fair about credit here, someone texted Craig the idea. That's the person we give the credit to. But honestly, I think I'd do it. I think I would. Big Mac never gave an answer. I think I would. And it sucks because I don't like Bryce Harper. He has a very punchable face, and I think he's a giant phony. I've said all that about Bryce Harper, the phony part, and I stand by that. But from a baseball standpoint, yeah, I think he probably ages better than Francisco Lindor.
But I now think that they both say hell no.
Both players say no.
Both players say no.
Okay. Would you do it if you were the Mets?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Would you do it if you were the Phillies?
Definitely.
So
because you got to do something.
Okay.
The Phillies have got to be feeling this from their fan base, who have been complaining about this run it back mentality for the last 4 years, 4 seasons. So you have to do something, and if that something is getting rid of Bryce Harper, then do that.
Oh, I got an emailer. This is an interesting idea from Will.
Go ahead.
It's not Lindor for Bryce Harper. It's Bo Bichette for Bryce Harper. With the thought being, Phillies get Bo, who they'll then lock up long term, and they get rid of Bryce's contract. So if you're the Mets, you're absorbing $27 million a year.
So who's playing third? Polanco?
Brett Beatty.
Shift them around.
And there you go.
There it is. Fantasy baseball amongst 2 big market teams that suck.
That actually makes more sense.
It does, kind of. All right, let's get to your calls. 888-808-1019 is the number. Mark is in Astoria, New York. What's up, Mark?
Hey, Mark.
Well, I have to say, I didn't see that coming. Craig saying something ridiculous and Evan repeating it. I didn't have that on the card today. Just when I thought I couldn't get more aggravated, you managed to find a way. But anyway, Evan, 2 things. The first one is, and hi, guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well.
What's up?
Evan, I disagree with you. I think if you asked anybody, any Met fan, they'd flip the offseason and take back what we gave away and throw back what we took, and they would take that, and I do think we would be better. Secondly, I'm not really sure your underlying point, unless it's to say that David Stearns not only failed in who he sent out, he failed in who he brought in, and yeah, he failed in all the guys he kept. So unless I'm not sure what the overall point was.
The point is, and you're missing it.
He's on his way to becoming one of the worst executives in this town in the past 10 years.
Okay, you got to get your hatred for David Stearns out for a second. I don't love the guy either right now. I'm just talking baseball with you. If they had kept the guys that we wanted them to keep, the issues with this team would be the same.
Yeah,
David Peterson would still suck. Kodai Senga would still suck. And I don't believe Alonso and Nimmo being here would fix Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos, Francisco Alvarez, and now with Lindor hurt, Ronnie Mauricio. I don't. So that's not me saying, boy, David's a genius. No, he's not. I didn't like the moves he made. But I think what we're not realizing, it's becoming easy to say the Mets suck because of this, because of the offseason. And yes, the offseason's bad. It's more than that. It's deeper than that. The issues that penetrated this team in the second half of last year wasn't just going to be fixed with Freddie Peralta and Nolan McLean being here. The lineup issues were still going to be there. They wouldn't be as bad as they are now, but they wouldn't be good. And I think that's obvious if you take a fair look at just the state of this team. More than just Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien, Robert Jr., and Polanco.
Yeah, one of the issues last year was pitching, and it was not horrible as it is now, but it was more these guys couldn't get depth, and the bullpen wasn't suited for it. Now it's pitching from jump.
Well, no, I disagree with that. See, the pitching at the top is actually really good with this team.
Right.
But 3 guys isn't 5 guys, and you need 5 guys.
Right.
They're top 3 right now. McLean, Holmes, and
why aren't they winning then?
Excuse me?
So
because of the offense.
But then the offense scores 8 runs in a game, and then
when has the offense scored 8 runs in a game?
2 days ago.
They did it one time
in game 1.
Okay,
so they're capable of doing it. They're inconsistent.
They were scoring 3.3 runs per game,
average. Yes.
Yeah, they're a terrible offense. And a lot of that has to do with Mark Vientos and Brett Beatty and Francisco Alvarez, who over the last 3 weeks is hitting .085. Chak is calling from Belleville. Hey, Chak.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking the call.
What's up?
So I just want to make 2 quick points. The first one is you're right. Definitely the pitching has been the biggest issue. So, the fact that he didn't focus on that was the main issue last year. That Stearns didn't focus on that. And then the second point is that I think that this is where I think I disagree with you, Evan. I think baseball, I play baseball on Sunday leagues, and I also do a weeknight, is a 50% skill, 50% mental, right? So when you bring chemistry in, I think the batting lineup would have been better if you would have kept the chemistry together. So ultimately, it's just sad to see the Mets take a step back from what they did. They could have tried to build on what they had already, a team that made it to, the NLCS. Instead, they try to change everything and say, we're going to figure it out, get this to the World Series.
But a big part of why they changed it, you can't just ignore the second half of last year. Yeah. It wasn't just simply they almost got to the NLCS, boom, let's rip the team apart. No, it was a second half collapse.
Was that bad enough, though, to blow up the whole thing?
To me, it wasn't, because I wasn't in favor of it. Now, there were a lot of Met fans who were, but let's not ignore the fact that from the middle of June on last year, they were one of the worst teams in baseball. Now, was I ready to get rid of all these guys? I wasn't. But I'm also acknowledging that even if they kept them, the flaws with this roster still would have been exposed.
I know, but when you think about it in retrospect, last year it felt like you get starters go 5 innings, maybe 4 and 2/3, whatever it is, and then it would just derail.
Right.
Like you're exhausting your bullpen. It felt like a minor issue that you then use a grenade, C4, to blow the whole thing up, when it was really just a minor thing you needed to fix. And so by using what happened at the end of last season, again, mostly pitching and inept scoring at times, as an excuse to get rid of everybody, it exacerbated the problem. It made it worse.
Yeah, well, it made it worse. I think that's the key phrase here. It made it worse, but it still was going to be a problem. Like, if they ran it back, this is my assessment a month in. If they had run it back with the guys that I did want them to bring back, I think this would still be an underachieving team. Like, the idea that they'd be 20-10 instead of 10-20 is lunacy.
Yeah.
The issues with this roster would still exist. So I'll agree with you saying it exacerbated the issues.
Yeah.
But let's not act like it caused them.
I just feel like if the Mets had found a way, you go get Freddie Peralta as well. So now you have McClain, you have Peralta, Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes, he hit a wall. We know he hit a wall last season because he had never done it before.
And then meanwhile, his best start of his season came at his last start of the season.
That's right.
He broke through that wall.
And so maybe you spend your efforts last year finding the next other starter, right? And as opposed to, we need a Bo Bichette, we need a first baseman, we need all these other things. You keep the situation as it was, and just find what fill the hole that what ailed you, right? Which was starting pitching, instead of blowing everything up and then just piecemealing it together like they did this year.
John is in New Jersey. What's up, John?
In terms of Mark Vientos, a lot of Mets fans don't realize this. If you track his minor league stats, he's historically been a very slow starter who picks up a Memorial Day. We didn't see it in 2024 because he was in the minors. We didn't see it last year because he was hurt, and then David Stearns couldn't wait to give the job to Brett Beatty. By the way, he's only had 26 good games all of last year, which inflated his stats. This is a bigger issue with the Mets, too. Looking up and down the lineup, look at Kodai Senga and David Peterson. This entire team that he built is not a team that takes off until the end of May. And it's just compounding and compounding, and on top of that, we had injuries. This was laid out. We're not giving Vientos the chance to heat up and get good again because we're trying to force Brett Beatty, who isn't that good. And it's a whole lineup and a whole team who is just slow starters.
Yeah, I have a tough time buying that one, and I'll tell you why. So Mark Vientos doesn't have a long enough track record. You can give me the minor leagues all you want to say, hey, don't worry, just play him every day. By late May, he'll be fine. B, Kodai Senga was the opposite last year. He was one of the better pitchers in baseball until, unfortunately, he got hurt in early June. David Peterson, same thing. He got off to a really good start, and he ran out of gas. So you can't sell me, hey, just sit back and wait. They're all slow starters. They'll figure it out in late May. They also may create a hole that's too big by the time they get to late May. I mean, it's late April right now. It's the last day of April. And while they're not buried, even though it feels like they are, because they're 11 and a half games out of first place, that number could be 19 by the time you get to late May.
Right.
And that is buried. 11 and a half is almost buried. Like, we're We're getting there. But if you get to 17 or 18, now you're talking about the biggest deficit in the history of the sport.
Yeah, I know. So his call, his assertion is correct. But the issue is you have these late starters that aren't going to pick it up until the end of May. So 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, if you have another bad losing streak, it's over.
Yeah. Well, this road trip could really finish them off if you don't think they're finished off already.
That's right. And so go back to what we said in the first segment. That 12-game losing streak, even if they win this series and makes 2 out of 3 that they won, you're so buried because of that losing streak. And so in order to combat it, you got to have a long winning streak. And this team isn't capable of doing that right now.
Do you want to smile at least?
Let's hear it.
I got an email. This is true. Don't accuse me of being the one.
Huh.
I got an email with a new Mets song. Okay, a new Mets song. This was written by JC, who's a listener to the Rico and to Evan and Tiki. And he said, look, all we can do is either laugh or cry. So I made a new Mets song for all of us to laugh to. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Wait, I just need to know. He made one. Is he a musician or is this AI?
I don't know. He didn't really clarify, so I can't answer that question. I mean, we could guess if you want to. I heard the song, and it made me laugh and cry. It was a combination of both. But I honestly cannot tell you if it is a real musician or if it's AI. Does that make a difference to you?
No, I would just like to know when I'm listening because I don't want to be as critical if the guy made his music.
Oh, so you're going to change your criticism based on
Yeah, because if it's a machine,
yeah,
then they can't take, some act against you.
Yeah, you graded on a curve, Evan.
Yes.
Well, I honestly do not know the answer. I just know that this was sent in by JC, and I think that we should take a listen.
Let's hear it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is the new Meet the Mets song.
Meet the Mets, greet the Mets, step right up and beat the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring the wife, guaranteed to have a miserable time. The Mets are really sucking, can't hit a home run over the wall. They lose from the east side to the west side and everywhere in between. Everyone is coming to beat the METS Mets. That's New York team.
Wow. What do you guys think?
Not AI.
Okay.
Unbelievable voice. And twinkling the ivory amazingly.
Yeah, tweaking that ivory.
That was outstanding.
You like that?
I did like that.
Sean?
Well, the song is 48 seconds long. At the 28-second mark, I dropped and dragged it into our drops folder, meaning it's a keeper forever.
Oh, wow. You liked it that much?
Liked it. Loved it.
That was awesome.
The piano made it. It was great. Didn't sound like AI. Don't even care if it was at this point.
It wasn't. You could tell.
I honestly have no idea if it's AI. And maybe
got to
that's
be
just-
on Broadway. He's got to sing on Broadway.
Really?
He's got to.
Look at Tiki. So impressed.
It was very old-timey. It was great.
Yes.
Yeah, it made me smile because I think at this point, especially when you're losing 14-2 to the Washington Nationals, it's kind of like, come on, man.
I'm looking at FanGraphs right now. For some reason, the Nationals have 0% chance to win the division and a 0.8% chance to make the playoffs.
What are the odds for the Mets at this point?
The Mets have a 5.6% chance to win the division and a 30.8% chance to make the playoffs.
30%.
Excuse me?
30%.
I don't understand this. Maybe they're putting in strength of schedule that we're just not thinking about in our mind.
Strength of schedule. They just played a bunch of crappy teams
I
and they
understand,
lost.
but this is. There's still how many games left?
30%.
There's 130 games left. The Nationals have a 0.8% chance to make the playoffs, while the Mets have a 30% chance.
The zero is completely unfair. Like
I
I'm not
agree.
saying the Nationals are a playoff team. You can't put them at zero. I remember in September of last year, as the Mets were slowly collapsing, I would ask you guys, what's your percentage confidence level that they'll make the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
And you and I were more realistic. Like we were in the 50s to 60s. Sean at one point said 99.9. Tommy, I couldn't even take him serious. He was like 100%, which was ridiculous. And obviously they didn't make the playoffs. If we played that game today on April 30th with a lot of time left in the season, what percentage would you give the Mets to make the playoffs? Forget the division.
This is right.
30%?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say maybe 25.
I'm lower than 30,
I'd say
bro.
25, but it's not far off 30%.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's zero as much as we want to say that because, again, it's not the division. Forget the division. I'm not even thinking about that.
Yeah.
It's making the playoffs. I'd say it's more like 19%. which is a long shot, but
Still doable.
Actually, I'm sorry, Sean. What are the exact odds for the Nets to win the Brooklyn Nets to win the lottery? It's 14%?
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would
It's
put
like
it at
14.3.
You know what? That's the odds for the Mets.
Right.
The exact same odds.
Right.
The Mets have the same percentage chance of making the playoffs as the Nets do
of winning
the lottery.
I don't even like.
And by the way, that was the change that we actually were going to talk about, but we had our own change for the lottery for the NBA. They're going to change it, I think, that instead of being 14.3% for the worst teams in the league, it's going to be like 8% for the worst teams in the league. And so they're going to add more teams to the lottery. So it just flattens the odds.
Well, what they're doing is actually crazy. The 4th worst and the 10th worst, so 4 to 10, will have an 8% chance.
Yep.
If you're one of the bottom 3 teams, it actually is lower. It's 5%.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to avoid you tanking.
100%.
So the numbers would actually go down if you're one of the worst teams in the league.
Right.
But
We gave a great solution to fixing tanking. This is actually a pretty good idea as well.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. But that's where I would put the Mets playoff odds. I think they're the same as the Brooklyn Nets lottery odds.
That's wild because I actually feel way better about the Nets winning the lottery than the Mets making a playoff.
Do you?
I mean, I just did the sim. They won it.
Yeah, so exactly. But then again, your same computer's giving me 30% for the Mets here.
I'm surprised.
No, this is Fangraphs.
Fangraphs.
This is
same browser.
Tankathon is just a sim. It's just
we're simulating it.
It's just simulating.
I'm surprised you didn't ask the question.
In fact, I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, sim it again. If the Nets win again, then I know we're winning the lottery. Who we got? 6. Son of a bitch. Sean, I'm surprised you didn't ask the question.
What do you think is more likely?
No. What do I prefer? If you gave me the choice right now.
I know
you have
what you
the
prefer.
choice. Mets will get into. It's the Nets.
It's the Nets because he changes
It's not
the
even
franchise.
close. Not
Nets
even close.
lottery versus Mets playoffs?
Because the Mets have no chance anyways.
I would argue if the
To
Mets
win the World Series, that's what I mean. They don't have a chance this year.
Knowing the natures of the sport, if the Mets were 500 right now and you asked Evan the question should still be the Nets winning the lottery.
All right, you want my answer? You're just going to assume what my answer
We
is.
know your answer, but give it to us anyway.
Nah, you guys are right. I would tell you that the lottery win. But the thing about the lottery win is it doesn't insure anything.
Yeah.
Like making the playoffs at least ensures they're in the playoffs. And,
Right. And anything can happen.
And fundamentally, I disagree with the no chance thing because I
No
think if you make the playoffs, everybody has a chance. That's
No
not
chance in hell.
we don't sing that anymore. That's Vince McMahon. He doesn't exist. Come on.
He sung that song?
Well, that was his song. That was his theme song.
Was it?
What did you think No Chance in Hell was
I
from?
forgot. I didn't know it was a Vince theme song.
Oh, yeah. He's wiped out. Can't talk about him anymore. He's been wiped out from the WWE.
But he took the song with him?
No, it's just that was his theme song.
I didn't realize that was his theme song. to be honest with you.
I didn't know it either. But
It's been 20 years. I just picture playing the WWF CD and that song being played.
No chance. That's what you got. You strong. Yeah.
Who is the no-brainer pick in the NBA draft?
I think it's AJ DeBonsa, but I don't even know if there is a no-brainer pick. Which
He's
is
not a
why,
good three-point shooter.
Which is why, like, winning the lottery is kind of a weird thing because it actually doesn't insure anything.
I still want Boozer, but
exactly.
Yeah,
but
he's closer to it. He's what, 40?
But that's proving my point. Like, if there isn't an obvious person, we don't even know if that obvious person is going to be a superstar. You're just taking the lottery win for the chance that you get that next great
you
player.
just have a choice.
Right.
You get to mess it up first.
And then once you make the choice, you better be right.
Yes.
All right, let's get to the Yankee turning point. We'll get back to your phone calls coming up at 888-808-1019 and why today's an important date for Yankee fans to make a big decision. I was actually going to go with Cody Bellinger lining into the double play because the Yankees didn't have many scoring opportunities yesterday against Nate Eovaldi. It just didn't. And so when Cody came up with a runner on first and one out, and off the bat he hits a screaming line drive, and it turns into a line-out 4-3 double play, I thought it was a buzzkill. So you could do that. You could do the hit that gave Texas the lead at first. That's your choice. I'm going with the rally being short-circuited on the 4-3 double play. What about you?
I'm going to say, because, I mean, we excoriated Emmanuel yesterday.
For his turning point decision. So now I think he's really putting some thought into it. I'm going to say it was Josh Young singling. That's the easy choice because that was the hit that gave Texas the 2-0 lead.
2-0 lead.
All right, let's hear it.
Here comes a 2-0 from Rodriguez. Swung on down and hit through the 6-hole in the left field. That'll score one run, the second run. Here's the throw to the plate. It is offline, not in time. Osuna scores, Duran scores, 2-0 Texas.
You got it.
Yep.
You got it. I think that's the easy answer. I can't quibble with it, but
he played it safe after Tiki went after him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that is a safe choice. I don't know how you felt watching this game. It was a weird one. It's an afternoon game. their offense never got going, and they never hit Nate Eovaldi for whatever reason. He's got a career like 1.5 ERA against the Yankees.
What is he, 39?
He's getting up there, man. And he got off to a bad start this season. He wasn't pitching well. He pitched great last year before he got hurt. I just thought that the rare scoring opportunity jumped out at me. That was the moment, at least as an IBO, I said, okay, they're not winning this game.
It just felt like the room and the energy got sucked out when Dominguez left the game. To me, they were just never waking up after that.
Any update?
No, but it doesn't look great based on the post-game comments.
Right.
The fact that the CAT scan was inconclusive and now he's coming back to New York for an MRI. I mean, they're all coming back to New York, but you get the point. Yeah, it doesn't feel good. More on that and why the Jason Dominguez injury does impact a big decision that the Yankees have to make, that we set up before this season began. We'll get to that, plus more of your Met calls and Knicks Game 6 later. 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Game 5 at the Garden went the Knicks' way. And now New York can close out the Hawks in tonight's Game 6 in Atlanta to move one step closer to their ultimate goal. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here. Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Maybe it's just Gen X nostalgia, but it's obvious the NCAA is coming to kill our March vibes, deciding to expand the tournament to 76 teams. Have fun filling out your brackets and heading out for wings with your boys on the first Thursday when you don't know who's actually going to be on the 11, 12, 15, or 16 lines, and when half the teams that are there have losing records. Way to fix what wasn't broken, guys. I'm Chris Mack.
Introducing Home Care Plus, a new subscription service from Lowe's that helps make life easier by giving members a hand with home maintenance. Let Lowe's tackle the tasks you keep meaning to do, like electric dryer vent cleaning, replacing hard-to-reach light bulbs, and more. Subscribe to Home Care Plus for just $99 a year and consider your to-do list done. Members get more at Lowe's. Available in select zip codes only. Cancel anytime. Non-refundable fee. Product purchase required. Terms and service restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, get any size mattress for one low price starting at $219.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Verizon Small Business Days are going on right now. This is the best time for small businesses to score great deals from Verizon Business and get one-on-one time with a business expert who will help with everything your business needs. These experts partner up with you to make sure you've got the best tech, devices, and plans so your business can get the W. Give Verizon Business a call to schedule a meeting with an expert during Small Business Days going on now through May 10th. Call 1-800-483-4428 or you can go to VerizonBusiness.com.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
It's time to spring into deals at Lowe's. Freshen up your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch. 5 bags for $10. Then get what you need to keep clothes, food, and dishes fresh with up to 35% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on select laundry pairs. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
Yankees are off today. Mets play this afternoon for the 912 people heading out to Citi Field. We're trying to keep you entertained for their 110 game against the Nats. And then, of course, tonight down in Atlanta, Knicks Hawks. More on that a little bit later on. And we'll get back to your calls in a minute. But today is April 30th. Today is the final day of April. And I don't know if you remember this conversation, Tiki, but at the beginning of the baseball season, I think on the eve of the baseball season beginning, I was trying to calm down Sean because Sean was still very angry about Trent Grisham and the fact that Trent Grisham had been made the qualifying offer. He had accepted the qualifying offer.
Yes.
And he was just like, Trent Grisham.
But they were pretty good.
So we declared to him, look, let's give him a shot. He's coming off a really good year. Let's give him a shot. And let's pick a date. And on that date, if Trent Grisham isn't performing, we will reevaluate it. And Tiki and I could potentially join you in using the microphone as a bully pulpit to convince this manager that maybe it's time to no longer play Trent Grisham. So I'd like to take you back to that brief conversation. This was on March 24th in trying to figure out how much time should we give Trent Grisham. How long would it take before you say, you know what, he's not hitting. I got 2 guys in the minor leagues who can bust onto the scene.
A month.
I completely agree with you. May 1st, right?
Yep.
May 1st.
May 1st.
Totally with on May 1st.
May the 1st be with you.
On May the 1st.
That's the 4th.
And it's not about DFAing him. It's not because you're not going to do that. Not even saying you should. It's about saying you're no longer my everyday center fielder. Right. Well, here's the good news. Tomorrow's May 1st.
Yes.
The Yankees do not play today. So we are men of our word, Sean. Since it's basically May 1st, Tiki Barber, are you ready to bench Trent Grisham?
Not with Jason Dominguez now hurt.
See, that's the X factor in all this.
The X factor, it's the biggest factor.
It is the only factor.
We were about to get a determination on whether Dominguez was going to have run or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the thing that is helping the Yankees not be forced to make this decision
is they're winning.
Is that they're winning.
Right.
And so it hasn't mattered that Trent Grisham is hitting 150 and only has a couple of home runs, but he is still a great center fielder. Like, you see him make amazing plays out there almost every day.
Yeah, just have Michael Kay tell you about it yesterday as he was doing the Grisham bidding.
Yeah, I know, right? so it's the problem is,
I am a damage freak.
The problem is, and ultimately will be, not right now because Jason Dominguez is hurt, is you can't have 2 of those guys. You can't have Ryan McMahon at third and then Trent Grisham in center being great gloves, with zero offense.
And we might be trending to 3 of those guys if Anthony Volpe gets his defense right.
That's right.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors that change this May 1st discussion.
Yes.
Number one, you mentioned it, Sean. Jason Dominguez was already called up because of the Giancarlo injury, and he was about to get runway to play. I think it was obvious once they DFA'd Randall Grichuk that Jason Dominguez was going to DH every day, especially against right-handed pitching.
Yes.
And we'll get more of an update either today or tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be good, though. It doesn't feel good.
Hard to feel positive about it.
I hope it turns out to be good news. Like, it's day-to-day, don't worry. But it feels more serious than that. Now, you do have Spencer Jones still down there. And when you check in on Spencer Jones, he's doing all right in AAA.
Yeah.
The numbers are okay.
But it's a question of, is he ready? And that's just you won't know that until he comes up and either fails or succeeds.
Well, are you ready, though, on May 1st to say Spencer Jones should come up and play center field every day?
No, but here's the thing. We're going to amend this now.
Oh, we're amending.
All right. Jason Dominguez was the first solution. Clearly, we feel bad for him not going to get the runway. For whatever reason, they're not in a rush to bring up Spencer Jones, so I'm kind of like just putting him to the side. What we need to amend is this. Mike, okay, you're right. Trent Grisham's played a fine center field this year. It's funny how you bring that up a day after he falls all over himself and pretends he's injured, but that's fine. He can no longer hit leadoff, though. Don't let the winning get in the way of the fact that this is a major issue. Like Trent Grisham, for better or worse, has regret, and this isn't even meant as a knock. He's regressed to what he is. He's a really good defensive fourth outfielder.
Yeah.
And right now...
And he should be batting ninth.
That's exactly it. He cannot be your leadoff hitter based on last year just because you're winning. Just bat him ninth, and I think the pressure comes off. I bet you even fans who are irritated as that bat will go, he plays a good glove and he bats ninth.
Right.
It changes the entire perception of Trent Grisham.
At leading off, Judge hitting second.
And Bellinger third, and you're fine.
What's funny about the leadoff discussion, and it's amazing that Boone is still leading him off, is it took us much earlier than May 1st to get to that conclusion.
Yeah.
I think we were saying it on opening day.
True.
Why
That's
is he
true.
leading off?
True, but I don't think we had a viable alternative at the time.
Yeah, now
we have one.
Look, the Yankees, based on who's on this roster, and every roster is different. There are rules, though, on who should be allowed to lead off. And based on who's on the New York Yankees, they have 2 options. You can squeeze out a third if you want to argue with me about Cody Bellinger. That's fine. But they have 2 options. It's Aaron Judge and it's Ben Rice. If you're not leading off one of those 2 guys, you're outsmarting yourself. That's what you're doing. You're just outsmarting yourself. And one of those guys need to lead off every single day.
They've made it easy for us, Evan. They made the order for us. They just need to shift it.
That's it. Shift everybody up one.
If you shift everybody up one, all that changes is Grisham, if you still want him hitting in front of Rice and Judge, still will, just one less time every game. That's it.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
Right.
Even a caveman can fix it, right? What was that commercial?
Yeah, but here's where I'll slightly disagree with you, and I'll amend what we said about with May 1st. Like, I'm not ready to bench Trent Grisham necessarily.
No, I'm not either. Because he hasn't felt like the problem or a problem.
No.
And part of that's because they're winning.
They're winning.
So you're not even noticing it, really.
But you shouldn't make decisions only when you're not winning. You should make good decisions even when you're winning. The one thing I would do is I would call up Spencer Jones if Jason Dominguez is hurt, and I would put him in this outfield rotation. And what it would do is it would allow you to get more DH days for Aaron Judge.
Well,
one of the benefits of Giancarlo being hurt could turn into that. It not only gets Goldie in the lineup with Ben Rice DHing, but I think, like you saw yesterday, you can allow yourself more opportunities to DH Judge and give Spencer Jones an opportunity at the major league
That's really what
level.
I was going to say. You get a chance to look at him.
Yeah. And what that means for Trent Grisham is he's still playing most of the time, but yeah, there are going to be days in which I sit him. You know, if Spencer Jones comes up and gets a couple of hits, I ride the hot hand. Now, if Dominguez is okay, kind of the same thing. The difference is Dominguez is not a good defender. So ideally, you don't even want him playing much of the outfield. So as we sit here on the eve of May 1st, I'm not ready to use the bully pulpit to say you got to bench Trent Grisham, but I think we all agree, A, he can't lead off, and B, I'd give him some further competition on this roster.
We'll call the official report card incomplete.
Incomplete. That's why, because one of the pushbacks is I remember Digital put this clip out, and some Yankee fans were arguing fairly. It was a fair discussion.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, May 1st is too soon. It's not enough time. You're not going to have a complete answer.
I think it is.
And sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't.
Well, for this one it is.
And have we seen the Mets season? May 1st isn't enough time to figure out what somebody is?
That's right. Every situation's different. Is May 1st enough time to say David Peterson shouldn't be in the rotation?
Yeah.
No, every situation is different. You're 1,000% right. But as we sit here today, and the Yankees are done playing in April, here are Trent Grisham's final numbers for the month of April. 151, 298 on base, 610 OPS, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. And to put that in perspective, because we all know what he did last year, the year before that, when he was with the Yankees in his first year, he hit 190, 290 on base, 675 OPS. So the numbers mirror year one. So when we're trying to figure out who is the real Trent Grisham, so far his numbers have basically mirrored the guy from 2024 who most people wanted non-tendered.
Yeah, last year was an anomaly season. At the plate.
It is feeling that way.
Yeah.
And if that continues, then I think his role certainly is going to have to change. But the most obvious thing Aaron Boone can do right now, and this is a universal call, and we've been saying it for weeks, and I'm sure many Yankee fans have been saying it for weeks too, Trent Grisham should be banned from leading off.
I should stick you in a locker, geek.
You've got 2 great options in Ben Rice and Aaron Judge. One of those guys needs to lead off every single game. No one else should be allowed to lead off for the New York Yankees until proven otherwise. You always keep that open because you never know. Things can change, right?
Of course, anything could change.
Anything can change.
Hot hands change.
Spencer Jones comes up. He's hitting .310 with an on-base of .450. Maybe he's the leadoff hitter.
Exactly right.
How about this one? Anthony Volpe comes up. He's hitting .305.
Don't tempt me.
Do you remember when I was arguing for Volpe to lead off?
Well,
I thought I was.
I think, no, you were against it. This was 2 years ago, in fairness, because he got off to a really good start. He had a high on base, and you were afraid. You said this could ruin him. And then they actually led Volpe off. He started to struggle, and you got mad at me, and you blamed me.
Well, remember, he had an insane hit streak during.
Yeah, he started well. And
He
then,
did.
And then it faded.
Because they moved him to the leadoff
I could have
spot.
sworn I was the one on the show 2 years ago that predicted he would hit the most games at leadoff.
Yeah, I think you're conflating two different things. And this was 2 years ago, because it's been a while since he was this good. But, yeah, he was performing at a level in which I thought, hey, why not? He's
By
a leadoff
this
hitter.
good, you mean a 240 hitter?
I think he was better than that, bro.
I mean,
I got to look back on it. I think he was hitting like 290.
No, I think Tiki's right. I think he was 240, but it was also the hit streak where you're
it
like.
was just relative to who he is.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget, his career average is like 220-something.
And his speed and stolen bases played to that classic leadoff mold.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to give you the answer. You guys are very wrong. On April 20th of 2024, his batting average was 307. So, he was hitting, man. And that's when I was doing it. It was April of 2024. He was off to
but
a
he hit 240 that year.
Well, he ended up hitting 240. I'm saying in April, I was calling from the lead off.
Oh, I got you.
Then they started leading him off. He started sucking, and Sean blamed me. On April 30th, so to this date, Anthony Volpe, and he was in the midst of a slump, by the way, that brought him to this. He was hitting 270 with a 360 on base. So he was unrecognizable.
Right.
And then they moved him to
He had a hot streak that did not last.
He had a hot streak that did not last.
And it's proven not to be who he is.
Yes, correct. It turned out to be not at all who he is.
Right.
But you never know. Comes back healthy. Maybe that's who he is. Let's go to Jerry on Long Island. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
All's well. What's up, dude?
Good, good. First time caller to your show, so I first have to thank Tiki
I appreciate
for all the
you.
great memories as a huge Giant fan.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
With the Mets, I think the biggest miscalculation that Stearns made was doing wholesale changes of the coaching staff at the same time doing wholesale changes to the roster.
Yeah.
He's asking a coaching staff to gel with a new roster to gel. And I don't think Mendy really is in a situation that he wants to be in because these aren't his guys. What do you guys think?
It's an interesting point, and I want to relate it to the Red Sox real quick, and you tell me what you would have done. There are now reports coming out of Boston, and I think Jared Carrabis was the first to suggest this, that Alex Cora was told, we're going to change your coaches. And Alex Cora said, no, you're not. And that's what led to his firing, that he refused to go along with the coaching changes.
So he stayed loyal to his dudes, his peeps.
Yes.
Right.
Now, the question is, and I understand Mendy is in a very different spot than Alex Cora. Alex Cora has won a World Series. He has an established resume. To our last caller's point, if Carlos Mendoza felt so uncomfortable about the coaching changes, couldn't he have done the same thing? Which is, you're not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fire me. If you don't believe in my guys, even if he didn't pick his guys, because I think they were also picked for him.
I think when you do that, though, as an organization, you're scapegoating someone who has zero way to defend themselves. Right? They're just going to be fired, and it's going to be like, oh, it was his. Fans are going to say it was his fault, and they're going to think that Jeremy Hefner, perfect example, right? They're just going to think he is a terrible coach, in this case, a pitching coach, even though he's historically hasn't been. And so he becomes the scapegoat, and there's nothing that you can do to defend him. And so most managers don't want that to happen to their guys.
Yeah.
Now, Hefner's different because he wasn't a Mendoza guy.
Right. I don't know if
He's been
any
there
of them
for a
were.
while, but still.
I don't know if any of them were, because I think that the coaching staff was put together by the front office. Sean, let me ask you a hypothetical.
Sure, Ev.
Now,
Step into my office.
your role doesn't change for this, okay?
All right.
You are in the same with Sean Morash role. Very important role here at WFAN.
Oh, yeah, unless you're interviewed about it and then you don't mention me, but that's okay.
I don't know what that means. You want to elaborate?
No, I mean, you had a nice piece in Barrett Sports Media today where basically you've only ever worked with Tiki Barber and Joe Beningo. It was very comfortable with me.
I mentioned you. It's not my fault if they don't publish it. I talked about Sean Morash and your value and how great it is to work with you.
I'm sure you did.
You should have a problem with them. I said what I said.
Classic Evan. Okay.
What does that mean?
Classic Evan.
Did I
Selfish
say
Evan.
Did I say nice things about Tiki?
But wonderful things about Tiki.
That's all.
I appreciate you, Evan.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe my question I'm about to ask is not a good timing because I don't know how Sean will handle this. Management comes to you and says, your role's not changing. You're going to be in the same spot, but we're getting rid of Evan and Tiki. They have failed you, and we're going to install 2 new hosts, and you're going to be in the same role. Do you stand up and Alex Cora it, or do you Carlos Mendoza it?
I first text you guys and ask where you're going and if there's a landing spot for me. If there is, then I stand up with my guys and we leave as a team.
Gotcha.
Solid.
So you only leave if you have another job waiting.
Well, I do have 2 kids to feed.
I understand. And maybe that's Mendy. I mean, truthfully, this could be his only managerial job.
Yeah.
There's no guarantees getting another opportunity. And while it's an exaggeration to say mouths to feed, not that he doesn't have mouths to feed, but he will easily get a coaching job. He's fine. He's good. This is his one managerial shot. While Alex Cora knows if I stand up and say, screw you guys, I'm going to have 10 teams begging for my services.
Right.
So it's different even if it's the same.
Yeah. No, and I don't even remember thinking about Carlos Mendoza, even though he was the Yankees bench coach, as a managerial prospect.
He was, believe it or not.
I know.
A lot of teams loved him.
I don't remember it. And now he gets the job. He does well, briefly. And now we're going to believe that he – right.
Like, I think
somebody's got to love him.
And he's going to have to go somewhere else, be a bench coach again.
Yep.
Success. I think he would get another chance, but it's different than Cora, who's obviously getting another chance.
Right.
Like, he's not going to be a bench coach again, Alex Cora. He's going to go manage somewhere.
Right.
You know what?
He doesn't have to take the sidestep.
There's actually a good comp to this. I'm going to bring it back to the Giants. Is Brian Dable getting another chance to be a head coach?
Yes.
I agree.
And I don't even think it's a question.
And he had the one magical year like Mendy did, and it all went to hell after.
Yeah, you know what's funny about the Dave's question? When we were in the height of it, like he was still the Giant head coach, and people were calling for his job, and you even like went crazy on those play call decisions he made in
Denver.
Yeah. If you would have asked me then, I would have said, man, I don't think he's getting another job. But now, when you ask the question, especially seeing how the offseason went, I completely agree with Tiki.
Yeah.
He'll get another head coaching job. So sometimes it's what happens next that really will indicate that.
Well, I think what tells you he is that he immediately got a coordinator job where he's kind of like a de facto head coach.
And he also got head coaching interviews.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
right away.
Right.
Forget that. Did you hear what he said, Tiki? This
What'd
is
I
what I'm
say?
talking about.
What?
You and I had a conversation where we completely agreed that Brian Dable will get a head coaching job. And within a minute, he goes, and I agree with Tiki. He will get another head coaching job.
Oh, jeez.
This is what I'm talking about.
Do we need
And then you want me to believe that you sat down with Barrett Sports Media and mentioned and said high things about me. You treat me like garbage, Ev.
You know what? I'm done talking to the media. Because all it does is create
they
issues.
twist your words and create strife internally here.
Oh, but when it comes to protecting Joe Beningo, this guy will die on a hill. Me? I'm in the trash.
Protecting Joe. What'd I say about Joe?
Oh, yeah, he wasn't attacking the station.
I don't think he was. I said that on the air if it was ever. Did I ever say that on the air? I don't remember.
I think you did.
I think you did. Doesn't matter, though. You made sure you talked about him for 14 paragraphs.
Well, ask the interviewer to ask specific Morash questions. What do you think I'd say about you? Think I'd say bad stuff? I love you.
I don't know. I saw you in the when I walked out to go to the bathroom in that draft party show, and you couldn't wait to bury me to Boomer. So
when did I bury you to Boomer?
I went back and watched the stream. When Boomer said I was talking too much, and you said, "Yeah, sounds like our show."
That was a funny line, right, Tiki?
I heard it.
And who agreed with me?
Everybody.
Tiki.
I don't think I said that. I think I said no because he also said they want Tiki to talk more. And do you remember my response?
Oh, you said I don't get paid to talk.
Am I getting paid to talk today?
I think we may have audio of that. Do you want me to uncover that before the show is over?
Dan will get it. No problem.
All right, Dan will hook us up with that. Vincent is in Bethpage. Hey, Vincent.
How you doing, fellas?
What's
I
up,
just
man?
want to say Best show on the fan. Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate
I got two quick points. I've been developing a theory about how maybe Lindor could be the center of all these clubhouse issues. First point, we've been seeing how Stearns is trying to remake this franchise in his image, getting rid of guys like McNeil, Nimmo, Alonso. And we can see those were not his contracts. Now, Lindor would also fall into that category of not Stearns' contract. So maybe Stearns is like, all right, doesn't have that soft spot for him like he might have for, I don't know, someone else that he brings on his own. But let's take a trip down memory lane, fellas. Okay, so think about all the problems that have been alleged in the clubhouse the last, 2 years, right? You have McNeil with Lindor.
Yep.
You have Soto and Lindor. You have Nimmo not getting along maybe with Lindor regarding, did you guys see that report about something about Trump and Nimmo and Lindor don't get along?
I think it was, but in fairness to that report, I think it's about their wives disagreeing, which I guess would create discomfort, if wives disagree, and then it's brought to you. What are you supposed to say?
That came about because of the Mamdani transition team, right?
I don't know. I don't even know if that's related. That just came out that Francisco Lindor's wife was working with the Mamdani transition team.
Yeah.
But if there was tension in the locker room based on wives not getting along over politics,
By the way, that happens in every locker room / extension of the locker room.
No, absolutely. Well, one of the things
Meaning
about
the wives of players in any locker room.
And how do you handle it when wives don't get along? You probably try to ignore it,
As players,
right?
you just ignore it.
Yeah, who wants to deal with that?
You let them handle their own drama.
Yeah. Sean, if our wives didn't get along, what would we do?
Dudes are dudes. We don't care.
Exactly. Exactly. There is a whole system of politics among the wives.
Yeah.
And girlfriends.
My theory on the Mets, and I've had this for 3 years at times, and I know Sean has criticized me for it, but I remain firm on this, is that to Tiki's point, every room has issues. Because this is New York and because they've sucked, those issues are pointed out louder.
The latter point you made is the biggest one.
What was that part?
That they suck.
They suck. And so when you suck, it's always pointed out.
Yes.
For example, in 2024, which, if I'm not mistaken, was in an election year, do you think that the wives weren't talking politics?
Of course they were.
And yet the team was a house on fire and almost got to the World Series.
Didn't matter.
And it didn't matter. So I'm not ever arguing that this stuff didn't happen. What I argue is that it doesn't matter. And as far as David Stearns' loyalty to Lindor, and we touched on it earlier based on the crazy idea that Craig got texted to him, and I was thinking about last night of, hey, would the Mets trade Lindor? Would they do it for Bryce Harper? I happen to think David Stearns is loyal to nobody. And so I think, if the right deal came along involving Lindor, he'd be gone.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
I don't know if the right deal exists. Now, the mistake that David Stearns made, at least it looks like a mistake right now, is he felt the same way about Nimmo. And to him, Marcus Semien was enough to say yes. An aging second baseman who's on the decline. But in his mind, well, it's one less year, so that's worth it. Now, would he treat Lindor the same way and say, well, if I can get rid of him and get someone who sucks, but they've got one less year on their contract, am I making that trade? I'll tell you personally, I wouldn't. I wouldn't be in favor of that. I'll give you an example. Obviously crazy. Not real, but hear me out on the whole, hey, would you trade him for a shorter contract that just gets rid of the contract quicker? Giancarlo.
I don't think I could do that if I was the Yankees.
Oh, you're high. If that's
no
the
chance.
Case. You'd make that trade.
I
wouldn't make that trade.
For whom?
Lindor.
Nah.
Well, you guys are something else.
You know what? And I've been anti-state.
I mean, from a lineup construction and usefulness, it makes a lot of sense. But there's something about Giancarlo Stanton that I just think the Yankees need.
Nah, he's a great leader.
Yeah, I don't want to risk upsetting
exactly. I don't want to risk what Lindor's not replacing that.
And just keep in mind, the only reason I bring it up is because Giancarlo is owed in 27, and then he's done. There's a buyout for 28.
Right.
And so what I'm saying is I wouldn't treat Lindor as a contract that I'm just dealing to get something less back on. That's how he treated Nimmo.
Yeah.
He treated him as, hey, this contract's less? Great, bring him in. I wouldn't approach it that way.
Stanton is strictly an off-season discussion, not an in-season.
Yeah. No, you're right.
I wasn't bringing it up as a serious discussion. I was bringing it up as an example of,
but I think
this is what he did with Nimmo. I wouldn't do that with Lindor. I wonder if David Stearns would.
But I think there's
an
an intangible with Stanton that maybe Nimmo didn't possess, like this ability to be everywhere in the clubhouse, right? To have his pulse on everything.
Well, we heard Marcus Simeon's a great leader. How's that paying off so far?
I mean, but he's new here. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
All right. I just remember that was a part
you're
of
not,
the sell.
You're not walking into it. And whenever you hear that and it's someone going into a new organization, discount it.
No, I did.
Because it doesn't mean anything.
You know what I discount?
You know why? Because nobody in that clubhouse knows him.
What's the opposite of discounted? Counted?
No, premium.
Oh, you know what I premiumed?
What?
Your batting average. He's hitting 217. That's what I premiumed. Let's go to Craig in Matawan. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Evan. Love the podcast. Tiki.
What's up, dude?
All-time favorite Giant.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Let me make 2 points, actually 3. With the first caller, anybody that had to do with that train wreck, which I might add is still going on and has no potential of slowing down, should have been fired last year. Secondly, the guy saying, well, trying to play Lester Holt from Dateline. Okay, this conspiracy, that. Okay, stop. These guys are professional ball players. If you need to get along with somebody to make sure you at least hit your body weight or hit and get on base, there's an issue. I don't know if Mendoza's blackmailing the GM and maybe has naked pictures of them, but maybe Mr. and Mrs. Met could do a better job managing. This guy is, since June, screwed up on a massive level. How is he still managing this team?
I think the answer to that question, because it's a very tough question to answer, especially when you look at what happened in Boston, what happened in Philly, and the Met failures, and the collapse of last year. It's tough to answer, why haven't they fired him yet?
Yeah.
Why haven't they? And the only thing I could come up with is that Cohen and Stern so believe in him and so don't blame him and so don't want to own up to the mistake of hiring him because David Stern's hired him that they just don't want to do it.
Yeah, because it would look ultimately bad on them. And then they don't have an alternative. So they're not firing Mendoza to go hire this. I mean, maybe it would have been Alex Cora, but he's staying with his family. There's nobody to just go hire that is significantly better. So they sit and wait.
And at this
hope.
point, I don't see any sign that they are going to fire him. I went back this morning to the Willie firing to try to remember where I was at, where my brain was at, where the team was at. I was out in Anaheim with Joe and Gio because we went on a Met road trip. It was coincidental. We were not out there to fire Willie Randolph. And what's so crazy is the Mets just went on a road trip, and they won a game on a Monday night. Carlos Beltran hit a home run. Mike Pelfrey got the win. I was in the building that night. In Anaheim, first ever game in Anaheim to see Mets Angels, and the Mets won.
Yeah.
And for that reason, when I went to bed that night, and yes, me, Joe, and Gio shared one room, 2 beds.
Oh, my God.
I think Joe was on the couch.
No, thank you.
What did that room smell like?
Maybe that's why I speak so highly of Joe. That Gio and I, you'd be on a bed. But when they fired Willie at 3 o'clock in the morning, the reason we were so stunned wasn't the idea of firing Willie Randolph, because he was on the hot seat for months.
Yeah.
It was the timing. And let me give you an equivalence.
So they didn't even let him get on the plane?
Well, no, they were already in Anaheim.
Oh.
Here's the equivalence of what they would do with Mendy. The Mets win today. They win. They beat the Nationals. I forgot. Where do they go next? Can you guys help me out? Come on.
I don't know.
Where do they go next?
I forgot already.
Where was I with Gio and Joe?
Anaheim.
Oh.
Anaheim.
West Coast.
All right, so the Mets go to Anaheim, which they actually do tomorrow. They win Friday night. They win again. It's a 2-game winning streak. And then Saturday morning, they fire Carlos Mendoza. That would be the equivalent of what they did with Willie.
Wow.
It wouldn't be that, I can't believe you fired him. It was
the timing of it.
Why'd you do it after 2 straight wins and
then leave him on the West Coast?
And then leave him on the West Coast.
In hindsight, I can understand it, though. Instead of making a you're taking time to talk to everybody who matters about the decision and know that the damage is done anyway.
Yeah.
You're probably right, because even the Red Sox won their game and then they fired Alex Cora.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they won the game 17-1.
Yeah, but they were up huge.
So I guess the decision is made, and in your mind you've made it, but it took a few days, and then it's like, okay, now I have to tell the manager.
Well, it's also probably getting all the T's crossed, I's dotted, all that stuff. Like firing a guy is not it's not emotional fire.
Right.
It's we have to do this in order to relieve you of duty type of thing.
Yeah.
So, including most likely talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hiring the next guy interim or not.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, the Mets could go win 2 in a row. And you know what? I'm starting to think this is all going to go down the exact same way. I'm starting to get this weird feeling. The Mets are, I don't know if they're going to win today.
Accidentally go that? Because it's not the same people.
It's completely different people.
Yeah.
I just have a weird timing feeling that they're going to fire Mendoza in Anaheim off a win. I don't know. You want to save that audio, or is it not worth saving?
I don't have to. Dan will.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I think they're going to fire Mendy now after a win in Anaheim.
Happiest place on earth right there.
I mean, they got Disneyland like 5 miles away.
Yep.
But it is odd, to our last caller's point, when you look at the Red Sox situation and you look at the Phillies situation, both of those guys are gone. Both of those guys with better resumes are gone, and Carlos Mendoza is still there. We'll get to more of your calls coming up at 888-808-1019. And it was something off the field, not even on the field, that the Mets did last night that may have been more embarrassing than losing 14-2. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. It's also sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at amazon.com/hub delivery.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx to take on Baltimore. 7:05 tomorrow night.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
Bet the Kentucky Derby on FanDuel, where you can bet on all your other favorite sports. And right now, all customers get a Derby bet reset. That means you'll get racing bonus back if your bet doesn't win. The app is super easy to use, and you don't have to be a horse racing expert to get in on the Derby Day action. So bet the fastest 2 minutes in sports on FanDuel. Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Oaks are registered trademarks of Churchill Downs Incorporated. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Verified FD racing account required. Refund issues non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires 9 days after receipt. Max refund $10 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
It's Tiki Barber with 2 words any business owner wants to hear. Extra income. Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for New York businesses to assist with local deliveries. You get paid for each package delivered. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. If you're a New York business ready to assist with local deliveries, sign up today at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
If you're looking for a great price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires. But it doesn't end there, because Town Fair Tire gives you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. More free services than any other tire dealer. That's why we say nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
You look like you could use a refresher, a Dunkin' refresher. Try Dunkin's delicious black cherry or berry acai refreshers. One sip and you'll feel refreshed. There's so many delicious flavors like mango, pineapple, or strawberry dragon fruit. So whether you're powering through your day or just pulling up for a little treat, make it a Dunkin' refresher. Dunkin' refreshers, they're the perfect summer pick-me-up. Dunkin' refreshers are fruit flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Cooking easy as 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. The Pistons locker room listened to Evan Roberts on repeat yesterday, used it as fuel. Cade Cunningham dropped 45 points to stay alive with a 116-109
Because I believe in them. I believe in them.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I don't believe in them, but I do believe in them.
The Cavs held on to beat 125 and 120. By the way, game's way too tight with the Cavs and Raptors. They take a 3-2 series lead. And how about the Rockets' red flare? Keep surviving elimination, beating the Lakers 99-93. We're on total LeBron choke alert. The Flyers eliminated the Penguins last night in the NHL playoffs. 2 interesting notes from here. Do you know that the city of Pittsburgh, in all of their professional sports, has now gone 3,000 days without a single team advancing in the postseason? Also, at that game, the Flyers' home team, Philly players, all show up at a suite, put on the scoreboard, completely booed out of the building.
Yeah.
And this Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire, nobody.
A lot there. So a couple of things, because I was consuming the NBA while watching the Mets get destroyed. I have full confidence that the Pistons are actually going to pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
The injury to Franz Wagner it's a calf injury.
Right.
He's not going to play again in this series.
No, you're right. Because for basketball players, it really does become about the Achilles.
Oh, no doubt. And I don't think we're going to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
And to Cade Cunningham's credit, he had a huge Game 5. So there's a level of confidence that the Pistons are going to pull this comeback off. The Cleveland-Toronto series, which I have watched probably the least of any of the playoff series, I got engaged in once I saw the Raptors had a double-digit lead. And then to Kenny Atkinson's credit, I guess he credited the players. He rode his bench to the comeback and the victory. But the series that I am now fully engaged and activated on is this Laker-Rockets series. Because, A, you've got a 3-0 comeback, which has never happened in the history of the NBA. In fact, only 4 times has a team come back to even force a 7th game, which the Rockets are on the verge of doing. But you've got the LeBron factor.
Yeah, but LeBron's 41 years old, and it feels like there were moments in that game where he was LeBron. He was great.
Tiki.
There were others where he looked old.
Tiki, I got to tell you something. Mm-hmm. Now, I think I'm very fair to LeBron James. I don't hate him. I don't love him.
Of course.
Unlike some guys on our radio station who will kill him for everything. I think I've been fair. So understand that what I'm about to say comes from the standpoint of an IBO.
Fairness.
I'm an ILJO, an independent LeBron James observer.
Okay.
I don't care how old he is. He cannot be on the wrong end of blowing a 3-0
You're
lead.
right.
Bro,
right.
He can't.
That conversation that everybody still likes to have for some reason,
dude,
is over.
It's done. And I know that's unfair because you watched the game, and I watched the game last night. It isn't his fault.
No.
Like, they are ravaged by injuries. They did get Austin Reeves back. Luka's not walking through that door. And LeBron is in his 40s.
But there's no Durant for the Rockets.
But you know what the difference? Can I explain this? So, yes, there's no Durant for the Rockets. The Rockets are young. They're athletic as hell.
Yeah.
And the longer this series goes, the better it is for them. In fact, did you guys know?
They're going to keep getting better.
Yeah. Did you know? This stat's unbelievable. that once they won a game in this series, and they did it without KD, their starting lineup was the youngest starting lineup ever to win a playoff game?
Wow. I did not know that. I mean, it makes sense given KD is the old head, and he brings up the average.
And everybody else is a baby.
And everybody else is a baby.
So,
but it's why you bring in KD. It's because he helps mentor those young players.
In theory.
In theory.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, guys, I'm out.
So
good luck.
I'm intrigued at the level of LeBron cannot be on the wrong end of this.
Yeah.
He can't.
Because it's going to be his fault, even though it's not his fault.
Yes!
It'll be the first thing anybody at any bar points to when they do the old LeBron-MJ debate.
I don't think it's even a debate anymore, but still.
Okay, but Tiki, it's not a debate, but it's always going to be a debate just for people at bars.
And Sean, you know why it's so unfair, even though I agree with it? It's so unfair. LeBron James is playing years and years and years after Michael Jordan decided to call it a career. And I'm not talking about at the same time. I'm talking about their age. Like Michael Jordan at this age was not doing this.
Right.
He made his comeback. He feels like he was ancient when he was with Washington. He wasn't close to this.
Right.
So the fact that he's
early 30s.
The fact that he's holding on is allowing there to possibly be negative stuff, like blowing a 3-0 lead. And I acknowledge that. But I'm telling you, you can't put that on your resume. It's never happened in the history of the NBA. You cannot have it on your resume. But then the other side of me says, Evan, why do you care? Whoever wins this series is about to be roadkill for the Oklahoma City Thunder in what is going to be an unwatchable mess of a series. Like, that is going to be a non-competitive mess. So it's unlike the Boston-Miami thing from 23 when the Miami Heat almost blew a 3-0 lead to the Celtics. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah.
That was the Eastern Conference Finals. This is the first round in which the winner becomes roadkill for the Thunder. Like, at the end of the day, as intrigued as I am by it, what does it really mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It means LeBron James can't not claim that whatever he wants to claim anymore. But he is 41.
I know.
Now, hold on, Evan.
What?
I'm going to apply the same logic we've applied to the Knicks and Celtics last year and everything. SGA gets hurt in game one of that series. They still have no shot?
Yes, they have no shot. No, I know. I don't know. Probably a little bit of a shot.
Yeah.
But just in theory. You're
know.
right. Injuries can happen. But it's tough to get that into a series in which your prize is the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
And both teams right now, the Lakers and the Rockets, are compromised. And we don't know.
time.
And we don't know how healthy they'll even be once they get to that next round. I mean, is Kevin Durant going to be okay? Is Luka going to be okay? The answer is probably not.
Yeah, Kevin Durant seems like a rush to want to go back to Oklahoma City and lose a playoff series.
Oh, my God. I even forgot about that. Either way, we've had some intrigue in the NBA playoffs. We'll get more into Knicks Hawks coming up later. Real quick, last night at Citi Field, and I've noticed this when I've been there, but I also haven't been to a 14-2 game yet, and I saw Jolly Olive put this out on social media. The Mets have been doing a lot of fireworks shows lately, and the kids love it. My kids love it. Like, in the middle of the game, they'll be just shooting off fireworks. They'll lower the lights. They'll do a light show. They really make it a circus atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I admit, I don't hate it. Like, night game, sixth inning, close game, kids love it. Fine. As long as it's not in the middle of the game like the Yankee crap, I don't really care. Like, in between innings, fine. Go shoot off fireworks.
Yankees are not doing fireworks in the middle of inning. They're just very loud.
They're just very loud.
In the middle of innings.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know what? I don't want to get short circuit. Let me finish this. I'll get to, just remind me, Yankees and loudness.
Okay.
All right. So Jolly Olive puts out there that while the Mets were getting blown out, and I forget the exact score at the time, they did the fireworks show. And the look of it is just, it's hell. There's nobody there. They're getting embarrassed. And I kind of agree with the sentiment that the Mets have to read the room.
Is it automatic? I mean,
It's planned, yeah.
It's pre-programmed, most likely.
Well, I don't know if it's pre-programmed, but it's pre-planned. Like, hey, in the seventh inning, we're going to do this, this, and this. I think you got to call an audible.
But it's not. It's probably not a baseball person.
I understand that, but you got to call an audible.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
They need to have a meeting with their game ops people and just go, listen, we're losing, it's one thing. We're getting obliterated and the fans are restless. It's not the time to have the Macy's Spectacular.
Oh, maybe it's a way to get some people who are still there interested.
Yeah.
I
It's
think you get
embarrassing.
people aggravated at that spot.
It's embarrassing. Because think about this. If you're at this isn't a Sunday afternoon, okay? This is a Tuesday night or Wednesday night. It's cold outside. It's actually been raining. It's a horrible night. The team is getting blown out. I want you to ask yourself, who's in the building at that moment?
Yeah, it's the diehards.
It is the diest of diehard
It's the guy
fans.
scoring the game.
That's right. Or the drunkest of drunkest fans.
Yeah.
Right? It's the diest of diehards, and it's the drunkest of drunkest.
It's not kids.
No. That's why, like, on a Sunday afternoon, like, I get it, man. You got to put the Mr. Met stuff out there. Spence didn't know the difference. Like, to him, it's like, okay, it's a show. He saw the Knicks beat the Nets by 57 points. Like, he wanted to stay.
Right.
He's a kid. But on a Wednesday night, you can't do it. You got to read the room and you got to audible that crap.
I call this the DeMontre Moore. Do you remember DeMontre Moore?
Yeah, he was on the Giants.
Okay, he was a former third
Pass rusher, right?
DeMontre Moore was perfect for the team would be down 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and he would have the most theatrical sack dances in the world. And it got so tiring week after week. Shooting off fireworks, down big, it's the DeMontre Moore.
Yeah, I completely agree. And now, real quick on the Yankee thing. So I was at Jets Little League game. I get confused. I go to Little League games every day. So here are my choices. The Mets and 9-year-old Little League and 5-year-old Little League. I mean, basically, the better baseball's with the 9-year-olds.
I was going to say, take the 9-year-olds. 5, they have no idea what they're doing. And you as a coach have no idea what to do. And the Mets are bad right now.
Exactly.
So go with the 9-year-old.
So
At least they have a semblance of competency.
Exactly. So I'm standing there watching the game, and I overhear conversations. Like, you just naturally, right? And one of the conversations I heard was a guy saying, yeah, I finally got to Yankee Stadium. I hadn't been there in a long time. What the hell are they doing with the sounds? I left early.
Wow.
It was so bad I couldn't have a conversation. I don't know what's going on. And so a part of me wanted to go over and say, well, you know, Sean Morris and Evan Roberts.
Oh, now you want to mention me.
Yeah, I was going to mention you. And I said, you know what? I'm going to butt out.
We had this conversation about 3 weeks ago. You should find it on the Odyssey podcast.
And, you know, the Yankees said, well, Aaron Judge wants it loud. Like, I was going to get into it, and I was like, I'm just going to let it go. But it was interesting hearing just random conversations about how obnoxiously loud Yankee Stadium is.
But at least it's consistent and all the time. It's not, we suck and we're going to do it anyway.
It's a different discussion. That's why I wanted to keep it out. Like, the Yankees aren't doing anything that's necessarily embarrassing the way the Mets are. It's just different. And it's just a reminder that it's not an enjoyable experience. I mean, a lot of people feel that way. So it's very different than the Mets. I'm not comparing it. It was more, I heard that conversation last night and I laughed.
I'm curious when he went, though, because we didn't get into this, Evan, after we did the whole thing, because then we got caught up in the Knicks started in the draft. But the Yankees have been on the road forever. That last series, it was notable by people that went that the Yankees turned down and went less frequent with the sound.
Interesting. Let's keep an eye this weekend.
Okay.
They're back for the Orioles. They've got Texas coming in. I am plotting on going to one of these games.
Just to see, I was going to say.
DeGrom.
Just to see DeGrom.
Yeah, I need to see my guy. Of
course.
Give him a nice little ovation. Wear the jersey. I was thinking of bringing my kids.
Who's he matched against?
I was looking ahead to figure out the days.
It's supposed to be Elmer.
Hold on a second. I got a list over here. I got DeGrom against. What day is he pitching? Tuesday? Oh, yeah. It's Elmer. You're right.
Yeah.
It'd be Elmer. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Not as good as, okay, whatever.
As Cam Schlittler?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
okay. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. For those that are you going to any of the games on this homestand, Sean, or are you out?
It depends on the Little League schedule.
Okay. Hey, listen, man, I feel the same way. So I'm missing all these Met games.
Making my managerial debut in T-ball tomorrow night.
Are
Big
you
scene.
really?
Wow. Yeah, the manager's got to miss
Good
on a
luck
Friday
to
night.
you, man.
It's Mariners-Yankees. I feel like Lou Piniella.
Very good. Let's go to John in Robbinsville, New Jersey. What's up, John?
Hey, Tiki. Hey, Evan. How you guys doing?
All's well, man.
What's up?
So, Evan, I heard your hypothesis on the Mets this morning when you guys started the show, and I would tend to disagree with you if they did keep not specifically Nimmo and Alonso. If you look back at last year where they struggled, right, and I know you've said this 1,000 times on the Rico, they couldn't get a starting pitcher out of the third or the fourth inning.
Right.
It wasn't Alonso. It wasn't Nimmo. What Stearns had to do is he blew up the wrong part of the team. He needed to focus on pitching.
Right.
He brought in the bullpen. He let Diaz leave, which I can live with, believe it or not. But, he only went out and got Peralta, who's great if you like a 5-inning, ace. But again, I think some of those things are happening mostly because this offense does nothing. So here he was counting on guys like Beatty and Vientos, two of their, prospects. Meanwhile, he let the last two best prospects walk out of the building. And we would give our left eye for Beatty or Vientos to ever become Nimmo or Alonso. Same thing with Benj. We would give anything for Benj to turn into one of those guys.
Of course.
And they are the ones that he let leave the building. And furthermore, if he wanted a guy like Simeon in there, or, I always like to say, like the great, like Lenny Harris clubhouse guy,
right.
You could have gotten Simeon without giving up Nimmo.
Right.
You could have given them probably Vientos or Beatty. That was a salary
But
deal.
John,
and we were never supposed to worry about salary again.
No. You're right that if you just flipped the guys they added back and the guys they let go in, do the Mets have a better offense? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
The question is, are the Mets good? And I don't think the answer comes up as positive as you think. See, season to season, teams change, people change, performances change. To simply say, hey, the Met issues in the second half was pitching, go fix that and we're good, is not seeing the broader problem.
No.
Because it wasn't just that. They also lacked the big hit most of the season, and that pitching staff bailed them out the first 3 months when their offense was underperforming.
Yeah, the reason it was such a colossal collapse for the Mets is because both those things became the issue. You're not hitting with runners in scoring position. In fact, we were talking about Soto. We were calling him Juan Solo.
Juan Solo.
Wasn't that the Joe Beningo thing? He did these solo home runs with nobody on base. And anytime
I put Joe over in that interview, but I came up with that
okay,
first.
you came up with it.
And then we thought alike,
It was a Met fan mantra about Juan Soto's home runs because he had a bunch of home runs. He had a great season, but it was never with runners in scoring position. Then you add that to the fact that the starters can't get through 5 innings. It became a disaster. So it's easy to remember it as one specific thing, but ultimately it was a lot of things. Yeah. And it got used as the excuse to blow the team up.
When you think of what's wrong with the Mets right now, a lot of it are the guys they added, but a whole lot of it are the guys they haven't developed. Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos, Francisco Alvarez, David Peterson, Kodai Senga, Sean Manaea. I know Sean isn't developing, but they did bring him back on a 3-year, $75 million deal, and the contract's been awful. He's been terrible.
Yeah.
So
he's your highest paid pitcher, and he's a long reliever.
They have
pitching in insignificant moments.
It sucks to say this because it's such a colossal waste of money. Don't you have to think about DFAing him? And you have to realize how big that check would be.
So much for the tribal chief, huh?
No, I get it. And you want to mock me for being wrong? I was wrong. I'll own that. I wanted to bring Manaea back. I thought something clicked with him.
I think even early in the season, you thought this is temporary. He's going to find his way back into the rotation. And maybe he might have to at this point.
I don't think you put him in the rotation.
But you want David Peterson out there?
No, I think you're looking at potentially
bringing Christian Scott up to walk another 12 guys.
Well, he's already in the rotation.
True.
Jack Wenninger is a prospect. Jonah Tong is a prospect. Using an opener is a possibility. I could see that. In fact,
opener, you pull
for a team that's got
I'm just telling you,
$60 million in payroll.
Well, you look.
Think about what you're saying. You're talking about techniques that the low spending Tampa Bay Rays created.
All right, so here's where you're annoying me about this. I'm not disagreeing with any of that,
Yeah.
and the Mets deserve to be mocked. I am not even defensive.
I'm not even
of that.
mocking them. I'm just saying, how can you be stuck with openers?
Well, because they suck. I'm just trying to offer solutions. What's your solution, Big Shot? You're mocking my solution. What's your solution?
Bring up one of the kid.
The kids aren't ready yet. Jonah Tong's not ready. His last performance was 4 2/3 innings.
Can they be worse than David Peterson?
Yes. Yeah, I've seen him be worse. Did you watch Tong against DeGrom last year?
I don't remember.
Now, I'll give you you want to hear my real idea?
Go ahead.
I was going to save this for the Rico, but I put Evan and Tiki first. What I would do with the rotation is I got to stretch out Tobias Myers and give him a shot. He deserves it. He's pitched really well out of the bullpen. Right. He is a starting pitcher.
I like it.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
But I think
in fact, I thought that was the idea at the beginning of the year.
Well, he was stretched out in spring training in case they needed him.
Yeah,
they didn't need him because everybody was healthy, and so he became a reliever. And because it's been a month of him pitching at most 2 innings, he just isn't stretched out. So if they enter him to the rotation, which I would, the way it would have to start is by using an opener. You just have to because he's not capable of going deep enough into games. But think about it this way. Let's say he's good to go about 35 to 40 pitches right now.
Wow, that's not enough.
But no, right now.
I hear you.
It would take 3 or 4 turns around before he's stretched out to 80, and he'll be good to go. And so you use him.
Okay, but think about that.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times around. That's 15 days.
Yeah.
Like, what else bad can happen in that inning?
I understand. Well, I'm just giving you what I would do.
How about this?
It's a solution. It's not an ideal solution because it's not immediate at all.
They're 10 and 20. There is no ideal solution. I'm just offering you solutions.
I'm not even talking about ideal. I'm just talking about immediate.
Yeah. I mean, the immediate is you start him and he goes 3 innings.
Yeah.
And then his next start, he goes 4 innings. And then his next start, he goes 5
and
innings.
you piggyback him with somebody else.
Exactly.
Mania.
Yeah.
Sean
No,
Manaea.
I think that's
Right.
what you do. Or David Peterson. Like, they're not being DFA'd as much as I've even suggested maybe you DFA Manaea. Those guys are on the roster, so maybe you just use them that way with Tobias Myers pitching the first few innings. And then eventually when Myers is stretched out, I think he deserves the opportunity. He's pitched well enough. He's been a starter in the past. He gets the opportunity.
How about we trade you Luis Heel
I suggested that yesterday.
for Francisco Alvarez?
What?
One struggle for another struggle?
Why are you making fake Met Yankee trades? What's
Why
going
not?
on
Add
now?
Alvarez to the Austin Wells catcher room. May the best man win. And you guys get our project that struggled a little bit.
Perfect timing, even though you're going to think I did this on purpose. I didn't. It is available now for you to play. If you want to go into our little folder, and we can play the moment from the draft party last week in which Boomer Esiason revealed that he got a text message complaining that Sean talks too much. And then I made an inappropriate joke about Sean, which he was very offended by. So this was at our draft party a week ago. Sean had gone to the bathroom, so he was no longer in the room. And then this conversation took place.
I got a text from a friend of mine. He said that Sean Marash is annoying. He's talking way too much. I mean, he's got to talk more. He's not talking enough.
Sounds like our show.
Sounds like the show.
Am I getting paid to talk?
I'm just telling you.
To drink, yes, not to talk. Exactly.
There you go. Huh. I mean, you could tell I was joking. I was having fun.
You were. I take no offense. I joked on everybody that night, but you didn't hesitate when you said that.
Well, because you got to remember something. I'm not the funniest guy.
That was the quickest wittest you were all night.
Okay, I'm not that funny. I am who I am. I just try to be who I am. And who I am is a dork, right? That's who I am. I live it. I'm not funny the way you are. I'm not funny the way Craig is. I'm not funny the way Gio is.
How about not the way Tiki is? Tiki had the funniest line.
That's true. Tiki. No, but that's my point. Even Tiki would say, he's not like a comedian, but when he has a good line.
I did do the roast of New Jersey, though.
That's true. All right, I take that back. You're a comedian. But when you have a good line and you're not known for being funny, you got to get that line out.
That's right.
So
That's fair.
I had a line in my head, even if I don't necessarily think it's true. I love when you talk. I think you're the best part of the show.
Yes, you are, Sean.
Yeah, we love you.
We love you, Sean.
I love you too. I'm
know
not
what-
going to have the last word.
You know what Tiki was telling me the other day? He
I
was
don't
saying-
need. Don't embarrass me.
No, it's had nothing to do with you. He's like, you know what? The best thing that ever happened is getting rid of Loogie because it allows Sean more time to talk.
I mean, the
And I was
company
like, that's a
agrees
fair
with that
point.
too. So
The real generational talent.
That's going to get back to him.
I'm just waiting for Tommy to attack me.
Oh, it's coming. Or maybe he'll treat you like the Mets, where no matter what you do, everything's fine.
No biggie.
No biggie. Hey, I've got a potential idea for the Jet quarterback room. We talked yesterday about Russell Wilson being
Not
a
a
guy
good
the Jets
idea.
are interested in.
Not a good idea.
I didn't like it. You didn't like it. I got a new name for you that may make a lot of sense. Plus more of your calls at 888-808-1019. Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Whether you're on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
HSS is ranked #1 in orthopedics for 16 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. When you choose HSS, you're receiving the best orthopedic care you can get. And now with expanded services in New Jersey, patients can receive world-class care from their first appointment through to surgery and follow-up care for sports injuries, joint replacements, spine care, and more. Learn some more and get information at hss.edu/New Jersey.
Game 5 at the Garden went the Knicks' way. And now New York can close out the Hawks in tonight's Game 6 in Atlanta to move one step closer to their ultimate goal. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here. Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
this Odyssey Sports Minute is brought to you by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. I'm sure the atmosphere in Cleveland today is going to be kind of weird. You're breaking ground on a new stadium while also considering life with Deshaun Watson as your starting quarterback again. Reports came out yesterday it's Watson's job to lose, and considering Jimmy Haslam's sinking nearly as much money into Watson as he is the stadium, it's not surprising. It'll be even less surprising when Watson plays poorly at some point and Todd Monken's forced to play QB roulette all year. I'm Chris Mack.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We asked parents to share their journey of adopting teens.
They changed who I am because I can't see life without them in it.
Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Clouds and sun, high 61.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
Long Island is more exciting than ever at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. This month, we're cracking open spring with our $55,000 Explosion drawing. Earn entries all month long, then be here Thursday, April 30th from 4 to 6 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to win cash prizes ranging from $2,500 to $10,000. At 7 p.m., 1 winner will be drawn to hatch the grand prize of $20,000 at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
You know, I'm not great at gifts, but Fracture makes it so easy. They actually take a photo you already have on your phone and they print it directly on glass, real glass, and it looks incredible on a wall, on a shelf, or anywhere you may want to display it. If you want to give your mom or your wife something she'll actually keep, go to tryfracture.com. Upload a photo, check out in under 5 minutes, made right here in the USA. Mother's Day is coming, so don't wait.
Hello, New York, New Jersey. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Little after 12 noon here on the Fan on a Thursday. We got day baseball later today at City in about an hour. The Mets against the Nationals. If you're going to the game, all right, and you call in, Sean, let us know. You could put him to the top of the list. I'd be curious why. Like what? I know that's such a weird question coming from somebody that goes to a lot of games, but yeah, why? Like what led you on a Thursday afternoon where the weather isn't great?
No, it's chilly today.
What made you say, I'm going? Maybe it was the fact that SeatGeek's tickets have it at $5. Maybe it's that, hey, it's still baseball, want to have a good day.
Wow.
Maybe you plan on getting wasted. I have no idea. Maybe you took your kid out of school. Like, there could be a lot of reasons, but there aren't going to be many people at Citi Field. There's certainly not going to be people in my seats because I can't give them away. And I'm just curious. So if you're on your way to Citi, game's in about an hour, let us know, 888-808-1019. Now, real quick on the Jets, because yesterday we talked about Russell Wilson and how, according to Brian Costello, the Jets had met with him, and there's an interest in bringing him in to be Geno's backup because Geno Smith likes him. Geno has a lot of say, apparently, in who the backup quarterback
I don't think it's a lot of say. I think he was just asked.
He was asked his opinion. He loves Russell Wilson. And we briefly went through the list of other free agents, and it's a terrible list. There's not a lot of great options. But I think we all agree that they should bring another body into the room who could legitimately be the backup quarterback. And something did hit me yesterday, and I warn you, I've said this name before, but circumstances change.
Go ahead.
So when I brought this up to you last year, you were very quickly to shoot it down. I have a feeling that your arguments just they're not there anymore. Because your argument when I brought this guy up was, well, the team likes him. The team isn't going to trade him.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Tanner McKee?
I'm not talking about Tanner McKee. Nope. That's a good guess, though. I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders.
Oh.
I mentioned Shedeur Sanders as somebody who's like a lottery ticket I could bring in, and your argument wasn't even about should the Jets want him or not. You were like, dude, the Browns like him.
Given the option of what their quarterback room looked like, Shedeur was the best option that they had.
And I'm not saying you were wrong at the time for arguing with me.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is today on April 30th, there are reports out of Cleveland that Deshaun Watson has looked better than Shedeur and is ahead of him on the depth chart.
Yeah.
And we just even played a sports minute of, Deshaun Watson's going to be the guy. If you are allowing I don't care how much money he makes. I'm sorry. If Deshaun Watson is
the
starting,
fact that he is making a ton of money, that's what you're talking about?
Well, I'm saying it doesn't matter how much he's making. If you're allowing the quarterback you drafted a year ago, who had moments last year, I'm not saying he was great, but he had moments.
Yes.
If you're not going to allow him to grow in year two and you're moving him backwards because Deshaun Watson has to start, you don't like the kid.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't think and it's a whole new coaching staff. So it's different. That's why I'm not even playing gotcha with you. It's a different argument.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense that the Cleveland Browns should shop Shedeur Sanders.
Bingo.
And here's why. One, it feels like that he doesn't have everybody's, best. But he doesn't have everybody's full support, right? Because remember last season when they didn't have a quarterback, they started Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel is never going to be a starter in this league. He could be a good backup. Again, one of those guys for years, just hold the clipboard. He started over Shedeur Sanders for a while to the point where it was like, dude, what are you doing? They also, now this is a project, but they drafted that kid, Taylon Green, who is...
That's right, it's like 6'7"?
6'6", 200, 6'7".
I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you did. Because he's 6'6", not 6'7".
I added an inch. Don't we all?
From Arkansas, who is a stupid good athlete.
Yeah.
And so it's like that lottery ticket you're always talking about, that's Taylon Green.
Yeah.
It's no longer Shedeur Sanders. And if Deshaun Watson, who they started to put out like these videos of these mini camps, and it's like, what do you notice the difference between these two quarterbacks? Talking about between Shedeur and Deshaun Watson. Deshaun is just so much more polished and like fundamentally sound, whereas Shedeur is still figuring that out.
Right.
And so Deshaun Watson's going to end up starting this year.
So where's Shedeur's future in Cleveland? Does he even have one?
I don't know if there is one.
So would you let me look at the Jet perspective for a second, because again, their situation is they have the veteran quarterback who's going to start in Geno. They have the kid project in Klubnik, who they drafted in the 4th round.
Right.
And obviously they are very equipped to draft a franchise quarterback in 2027 with one, if not using multiple picks
I don't know
to
if
trade
it
up.
makes sense for the Jets.
Because you'd want more of a veteran?
Yeah, it's like what is he doing for you?
I'll tell you the positives and the negatives
Because
I think
you
it's
kind of have Club Nick, who's going to do what he would do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well, but he's a project. What is he doing? He's not threatening Geno Smith, and I guess that's kind of what I want. I want there to be a real threat to Geno. He shouldn't be handed this job.
It's interesting because
even if he is.
I said this yesterday. It's like what the Giants have done with their roster. When you have a hole, just fill it with bodies.
Right.
Like, I mean, how many kickers do the Giants have right now? I mean,
3.
At least 3. Right. And so and it's not obvious who's going to win the job, even though Sanders likely will because he was the free agent. But still, it just feels like load the position. And if the Jets
that's what it would be.
Can load the position
right
at quarterback, and you're not spending really anything on the quarterback, it's worth it.
Well, the appeal of it is, I'm not delusional to tell you is the long-term answer. That's why I'm not giving up anything of significant value. But he could be. He could, sure.
I mean, some people had a first-round grade on the kid.
I did. I thought he was going to be good. But I'm telling you, in my mindset on this, I wouldn't look at him as the long-term answer. I would look at him as a guy capable of playing, capable of starting if Geno gets hurt or Geno really struggles. And I'd rather that than Russell Wilson. I'd rather that than Tyrod Taylor. I'd rather that than Jimmy Garoppolo. It's as simple as that.
I agree.
You need someone to back up Geno who can play. Right now, they don't have anybody who does that. Let's just be honest.
Or who has played.
Who has played or can do it effectively. Bailey Zappi ain't that guy.
No.
He's just not.
Nor is Brady Cook.
Brady Cook is not that guy, and I don't think Club Nick is ready for that.
Right.
So the formula to me is, all right, somebody who can play. Well, Shedeur Sanders, I know he wasn't great last year, but he played. He was reasonable. He was a Pro Bowler. I can't even say that with a straight face. And
that is still unbelievable.
I know. I only brought that up to be a jerk to you.
I know, but it's still unbelievable. To me.
But he can play.
Yeah.
And he does pose, even if it's not big, a little bit of a threat to Geno Smith. Russell Wilson is no threat to Geno Smith.
No.
Because Sean said something yesterday that made me think. He said, what if Geno just sucks the first few weeks of the year? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, he's just done.
Yeah.
And I said, if Russell Wilson's my backup, I'm probably just playing Geno Smith.
I'm playing Brady Cook.
And Brady Cook means you're basically giving up on the season.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't do that.
So you need somebody that you'd be willing to play, but at least offers the potential upside.
Yeah, I think that's Club Nick.
And
though.
that's not yet. He's a project.
But you don't know that. I mean, he's a senior. Like he's not like he's a young kid
let him
coming
earn
out
it.
with very few years of experience.
But Tiki, if he does that, great. I can't plan on that. Like he's not going to be the backup to start the year. He's just not.
And if he does that, he can still play over Shedeur Sanders. He's not giving up a first or second round pick anyway.
I'm not. No, I want to make that clear. I'm not giving up a lot. I just see that the Cleveland Browns are probably willing to take
was a
little.
5th round pick.
Exactly.
That most you're giving up a 5th round pick.
And that's where I would be interested.
Probably not even that.
I agree with you. That's where I'd be interested because I just think that's more appealing than Russell Wilson. That's just more appealing than Jimmy Garoppolo or the other kind of blah veteran that the Jets could add to the quarterback room.
Would you trade for Dylan Gabriel?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Now, I have more faith in Shedeur Sanders, but in this discussion, I'm not looking at my future quarterback. I'm looking at taking a lottery ticket who could just back up Geno Smith, maybe pose a little bit of a threat, especially if Geno struggles. And, hey, God forbid they get the chance and play great. That's a different discussion. We can have that when that happens. So, yeah, I think either one of them. But probably more so Shedeur because I think I believe in him more.
Are we sleeping on the fact that, I don't know, Kyler Murray could have an insane camp and the Vikings turn around at the end of camp and trade J.J. McCarthy?
I think he fits it too. I do. I just don't know if they're going to do that.
I don't think so either, but I guess you can't rule it out, right?
But I think all of those names, Sean, to your point, at least for me, are more intriguing than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
They're more intriguing than your typical blah veteran quarterback that they would add to the room.
Yeah, Russell Wilson's on the Garrett Cole diet. We saw him at the Savannah Bananas game.
Yeah, I can't get over that, man. And I don't want to shame him, but he is a quarterback in the NFL. It's not like he's a talk show host where it doesn't matter.
He is a free agent quarterback.
He's a free agent quarterback in the NFL, and his derriere was big. It was.
He's thick.
But maybe that's good as a quarterback, right, Tiki?
I mean...
Craig told me that Frank Reich told Boomer, you need that thick ass or something like that. That's what you look for. So maybe it's a good thing.
It just means durability.
Oh, all right.
I think Russell Wilson listened to the show a bunch, and he kept hearing Tiki say, build that ass first.
Yeah.
And that's what he took seriously.
He took it serious. You're funny. Buddy of mine just texted me, stop with Shedeur Sanders. Why? Well, you want Russell Wilson? I'm going to write him back. You want Russ? Like, come on, dude. What are we talking about? I didn't anoint him. I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame. I'm not giving up a first-round pick. I'm saying the Jets need to fill out their quarterback room. Would you rather have, you should put that poll out, would you rather have to fill out the quarterback room? Russell Wilson or Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel? I think people just hate Shedeur Sanders. It's like this weird, it's like a buzzword. It's like as soon as you say him, people get angry.
He's a good kid, too. It's not his fault.
My buddy wrote back, he doesn't want Russell Wilson. Okay, then who do you want to fill out this freaking room?
He looks dad-bodish right now.
Russ? Yeah, he looks like a dad, dude. Which is fine. I look like
because he is a dad.
Yeah, but you want to be a quarterback in the NFL. Let's go to, this can't be real. Mike in Delaware. What's up, Mike?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
So, interesting story.
Yeah.
I used to be a Jet fan for the longest time until the 85-86 season. In 86, I got promoted for the director of orthotics, bracing. And I became very good friends with Dr. Warren, who happens to be the doctor for the Giants.
Yeah, Russell Warren. No longer, but long time. Yes.
Yeah, a long time ago. So now all of a sudden, I was doing all the bracing for the Giants players before their Super Bowl run. And it was just so interesting that, I did braces for Mighty Joe, Leonard Marshall, Sims, and there was another guy, a DB guy. I can't remember his name. He had a back problem, so I made him a back brace. But it was so cool, and
so that made you a fan?
I'm sorry?
That made you a Giant fan?
Dr. Warren invited me to go on the game field. So now I was on the field, watching the Giants play, and I actually became good friends with these guys. And then all of a sudden, I was like, you know what? Screw the Jets. I'm going with the Giants.
I mean, it's one of those things where I think
when you get close and intimate with it, it's hard. It's like me getting drafted to the Giants.
Right.
I was a Redskins fan growing up, so I hated the Giants and the Cowboys and the Eagles, but you become a Giant, you're a Giant.
Yeah. If, Sean, you were hired by the Jets to be their announcer, right? Bob Wischusen said, I want you to sit next to me. You're going to join the radio booth, and you're going to become the Jet guy. And you became the Jet guy. You took the job like, hey, it's a great opportunity. I get to broadcast football. And you do it. At some point in the next 15 years, would you just become a Jet fan or not really?
No, I DVR every Giant game, but I wouldn't be a Jet hater. I think I would find that fine line. I think I would. How? You'd be around the team all the time. You'd probably fall in love with the guys, in love with the team. But I'd still come home every night and watch the Giants.
That's what I'm thinking. That's why I get the guy's story. But man, if you're a fan, how do you ever leave?
Yeah, but
it's different as a player.
It's different for him, I think, because of the year. It was 86.
Yeah, no, they won a championship.
Yeah,
and it's like you're there and you're helping these guys perform because you're making braces for them.
Yeah, you're like a part of the team.
You're part of the team, and then they win a championship. How do you not?
Nah, I guess. Maybe
Pete
that
Hoffman's basically done that.
Yeah, well, Hoff's a fraud. I love Pete, but with football, I don't even.
Who was Hoff?
I don't even know what he roots for.
He was a Jet fan when I first met Hoffman.
But now he works for the Giants and he wears Giant stuff all the time.
And loves them.
Yeah, I just, I love Hoff. He does a great job with the Rico. I don't even consider him a football fan at this point.
Wow.
I just don't. I don't associate him with it. I just associate him with.
I bet he's a Giant fan.
Really? He's made the clear break.
Yeah. Because you can't help it.
Yeah,
you're there producing shows that are talking about the Giants all day.
And think about it, too. Over the last few years, there's been a lot of crossover games where they play at the same time.
Yeah.
Where you can't watch the Jets unless you go back on a DVR situation.
And let's be honest, the Giants have fed Hoffman well, too.
They give him a lot of food. And he's very loyal to who feeds him best. It's like Craig. The Yankees feed him. He's a Yankee fan. If all of a sudden Steve Cohen starts giving him food, he'll be a Met fan again.
Gallo's like a trained puppy now with Craig. I don't even remember Anthony Gallo anymore.
What do you mean?
Craig feeds him every day. He just follows around Craig like the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, there's certain people where food does everything for them.
Yeah.
Even though I put on some LBs, food doesn't do that for me.
It doesn't for me.
The Knicks could feed me all day. I'm not going to just all of a sudden root for them.
Yeah, you just buy season tickets.
Well, that's a different scenario.
The Knicks gave me a couple crab legs tonight. I got to be honest with you.
You'd be in. Mark's in Oceanside. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Evan. Hey, Tiki.
What's up?
Hey, Sean. Evan, you have the Mets all wrong.
Go.
Okay. Mr. Stearns has turned the New York Mets into baseball's version of the Jets, where they do everything wrong. This man has destroyed the team. Witness Frankie Montas. No other team in baseball would have signed him. A.J. Minter. Contract never shows up for work. Sean Manaea, terrible signing. This year, Devin Williams, bust. I mean, Simeon, the Met fans in my area call Simeon and Polanco Laverne and Shirley.
But Mark, I agree with all that. Like, I have not defended David Stearns' job. I'm just pointing out that a lot of the young players that needed to be key players on this team and needed to step up, and some other guys, veterans who are already here, they have failed. And it would have led to this team struggling even if Stearns didn't make those bad moves you just mentioned.
Maybe if they were hitting in the 7th and 8th position and we had real players hitting 1 through 6, there'd be a lot less pressure on them, and they could hit 250 with 20 homers.
But you know what, Mark? But they'd be. Oh no, we're conversing because we disagree, but it's okay. We've seen enough of these guys where I'm not sure that's the case. Like, I get it. Like, hit a guy 6th instead of hitting him 3rd. There's a lot less pressure. All you gotta do is look at the Met lineup this afternoon.
But he still doesn't hit.
But they still, I don't think, would perform. And we're prognosticating what we think would have happened, so I know that's tricky. But I'm not convinced that if Nimmo and Alonso are here, don't worry, Beatty and Vientos would be fine. I don't know if I buy that.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying they might be adequate as against when they come up. We're always down 2 or 3 to nothing. Always, we score. I mean, you have a celebration when the Mets score a run. You know, it's ridiculous.
No,
and what has he shown you in the 3 years? We keep getting worse. Joe Benigno is the only guy who has it right. He'd rather lose 90, 92 games this year and see Stearns go than have them go 81 and 81.
But Mark,
and I agree with him.
I
agree with him.
But what I said to Joe, and I'll say to you, is they're not firing David Stearns. So in this theory world you're creating of, hey, I'd rather lose 90 and get a whole fresh start, you're not getting a fresh start. They're not firing David Stearns. So I get it if that was a real thing. I don't think it's a real thing. I don't think Steve Cohen, as cunning a businessman as we all think he is, I don't think he's firing the team president that he waited years to hire.
Yeah, it's not you need to get production now. Otherwise, the resources I'm spending aren't worth spending on you anymore. That's not where his mind is.
I think we're years away from that. I'm being honest with Met fans. I don't like to hear it like I'm the wrong, like I'm wrong,
and when you
or I'm promoting it, I'm not. I'm telling you what I think is going to happen.
And when you really think about it, this is kind of the first year of him trying to reshape it in his image, like to get everything the way he specifically wants it. Get rid of some bad contracts.
Yeah.
Get rid of some long-term guys who just haven't produced when it's mattered. Sign a humongous deal for Juan Soto. Like all of those things that will define his tenure have just started really this year.
Well, but what he said that you can't argue, because this is a results business, right? No matter how you get there, it's a results business. 24 was year 1. 25 was year 2. This year is year 3. The results are going backwards.
Yeah, true.
It is a fact that he threw out there.
No, it's
Mark
true.
said it. I'm not arguing with that.
He's right. You go to the NLCS, then you don't make the playoffs, and now you're a long way from the playoffs after a month.
You have a chance to be a sub-500 team.
Right.
So those are all true statements. And don't get it wrong. What I said at the top, and you could rewind on the Odyssey app to rehear me say it, I am not defending any of the garbage moves that David Stearns has made. I hate the moves. Let me make that clear. Hate them, hate them, hate them. My point is, watching this team last night, it occurred to me, and maybe it occurred to you guys earlier, or maybe it still hasn't occurred to you yet, I think they were going to suck either way. Because Kodai Senga is unpitchable. Sean Manaea is now unpitchable.
And you were locked into these guys.
These guys are a part of the rotation.
Right. No, but I mean, you were locked in regardless.
Yes, they were going to be on the team regardless. Yes. Mark Vientos and Brett Beatty may not have had as many opportunities, but they'd still be out there. Francisco Alvarez, who most Met fans are getting sick of, would still be out there. Ronnie Mauricio on the Lindor injury would be out. All of these young players that the Mets needed something from, they've gotten nothing from.
Yeah, Alvarez is just, he's not doing anything. You're not necessarily mad at him, but he hasn't done anything.
Dude, he's hitting 083 in the last 15 days.
He just feels invisible.
Yeah. That's why Sean came on the radio and said, I'll give you Luis Gil for him.
You act like that was like some kind of crazy deal.
Luis Gil just got sent down with like a 9 ERA.
And you once again are complaining that Alvarez hasn't hit in 3 weeks.
I know. I'm not ready to do that yet.
Right.
Didn't
we have the same conversation last year?
No, how many times are we going to do the Vientos for Dominguez? At least I brought you something different.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to go back to that one?
Yeah. Excuse me.
We've had so many fake Yankee Met trades that'll never happen. I'm losing track of all those.
Don't want Vientos anymore. We got a first baseman.
That's right. You're done. You don't need that. We'll get back to your calls in a bit. 888-808-1019 is the number. We have to play a very important game that I think Tiki and Sean are going to struggle to win. And you know what that game is called? We're going to play it as soon as we come back.
What's that?
Where do you watch the Knicks game tonight? Like, what channel is it on? Very tough game. We're going to play it coming up. I don't even know if I can say channel anymore because you got streaming services, you got channels. So what service or channel do you have to put on to watch the Knicks game tonight? Trust me, it'll be a fun game to play, and it's a public service announcement because no one listening knows the answer either. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. No bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer. It's also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery.
The Yankees are back in the Bronx to take on Baltimore. 7:05 tomorrow night.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch.
For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000. Use code GOAL to borrow up to $10,000.
HL Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit HL Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com. Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus, real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Yankees fans, have the official Yankees official game day program delivered to your door. Subscribe to Yankees Magazine by calling 800-GO-YANKS or visiting yankees.com/publications and get 8 issues a year for just $34.99 plus shipping. The Yankees official 2026 yearbook and media guide are also available for purchase. Get your Yankees Magazine yearbook or media guide today. Call 800-GO-YANKS or log on to yankees.com/publications.
In digital advertising, everyone talks about clicks, but clicks don't pay the bills. Sales do. Outcomes from Viant is a new way to advertise that prioritizes your bottom line. Our AI-driven technology looks past the noise to find the customers most likely to buy your product. It's smarter, faster, and designed for real-world results. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Is perfect steak possible? Discover how at chefiq.com. Let's do something we never do. Let's bring this back to the Giants. Calais Campbell, potentially a Giant defensive tackle candidate. He has just reached a 1-year deal with the Ravens, but that could mean DJ Reader now has one less suitor and comes to Big Blue. And also injury news out of the Giants. Darius Slayton is undergoing core muscle surgery.
Oh, boy.
He is expected to be ready for camp, but will miss the entirety of the offseason program until then, meaning the Giants are without both him and Malik Neighbors until camp at the earliest. And again, that has not stopped people online from going, does this mean they're signing Odell Beckham Jr.?
Odell Beckham. I think it probably makes it likelier.
Does it, though?
Yeah, because, well, I'm following what John Harbaugh said. I don't have any insight on if they are or they're not going to sign him, but they've met with him, and John said it has to make sense for them. It has to make sense for Odell.
Yeah.
If there are levels of concern to 2 key wide receivers health-wise, then it may make more sense than if they were fully healthy. That's all.
Yeah. That's true. But Slayton's also like wide, despite what reporters like, he's wide receiver 5 on this team, basically.
But I don't think,
it feels like it.
I don't think that matters, though. Like, I think when John Harbaugh says, yeah, there's a level of interest and it's got to make sense, I don't think they envision Odell Beckham Jr. being the number 1 wide receiver.
No.
So it would just be, can he help this team? Does he make sense for this team? If there's questions about healths of 2 different guys, one being a number 1 and in your words, a guy being a number 5, I'm just following the trail here.
Yeah.
That would seem to be, it would make more sense. I'm just following what the head coach said because there's been clearly confirmation that there's a level of interest. It's just a matter of if they're going to do it or not.
Yeah, the Giants did sign a D tackle, Lecky Fotu.
Yeah, former Jet. Remember him?
Briefly.
He wasn't bad when he was with the Jets for 30 seconds.
I
remember him.
He only played, 2 games, 3 games?
Believe it or not, I remember him. Made a play, I guess. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on the Odell thing. I just want it to end already. Just sign him or don't sign him. Like, this flirtation thing is kind of annoying.
Well, he'll sign in a second. Happening. Yeah, that's the thing. He'd sign in a second. It's the Giants who clearly are not ready or interested to sign him.
I understand. I'm saying that about the Giants. Either sign him or don't sign him. Let's play a quick game.
Yes.
When you put the Knicks game on tonight at 7 o'clock, where are you going to watch it?
I'll be on a plane. So if it's on a plane, then I'll be watching it on.
There you go. Where do you have to? What do you have to?
ESPN.
Did you look it up?
No.
You son of a bitch.
Is it ESPN?
It is ESPN.
Yeah. I assumed all day Amazon based on the way the series has gone.
That's what I think most people assumed. There hasn't been a game yet on ESPN in this series. It's been Amazon, Peacock.
That was just a pure guess.
Really?
Pure guess.
All right.
Only because it was the only thing I'll be able to watch it on. Peacock. Because I'll be on an airplane.
No, I get, and look, I know the NBA package is that ESPN has it, NBC Peacock has it, Amazon Prime has it, and it's all over the place. Like
It really is.
Which is not good because even last night, and I got to admit, I have a cheat code for the NBA.
Yeah.
I go to the NBA app and I have a login that I was given as a media member that allows me to just watch the game without having to figure out where it is.
But it will tell you where it's playing?
Of course, because I do want to know. I want to know. And obviously, as soon as it comes on, I can see.
Yeah.
Based on the announcers.
The Lakers were on Amazon last night?
I don't even remember.
I only say that because I wasn't watching the game, and then I turned on Amazon, and it promoted it.
Ah, there you go.
You know, it puts like the Lakers and whatever. I'm like, all right, I guess I can watch it on Amazon tonight.
So there are two issues here I want to address. Number one is this is very confusing for the fans.
Yes.
And so this is also a public service announcement. Hey, guys, if you're a Knicks fan and you're looking for the game tonight, it's on ESPN. I was actually, after when I see Big Mac and Craig, I was going to say, just so you know, it's on ESPN because they should do the same thing.
Right.
Because I don't think people know. And then you get there to 7 o'clock and it's like, where's the game?
Right. Yeah.
And you run into that issue and no one wants to do that. So public service announcement, games on ESPN.
And
so,
not ABC, like cable ESPN.
Well, now I don't even know. Are you telling me it's ABC?
Well, now, see, this is what's also become hyper confusing. If you're not relying on Peacock, NBC has been running these games on, like, Channel 4.
Right.
So, obviously, we've had the Saturday night ABC games. I got to be honest with you. I've been toggling Peacock and Amazon nonstop. That it's making me think, are we running a weeknight Thursday night game not on ABC despite that NBC is running them on NBC?
I got the answer because I just went to my DirecTV scheduled recordings.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Okay.
It's on traditional ESPN. So issue number one, because I think there were two issues. Issue number one is, hey, this is tough to find.
Yeah.
You're a Knicks fan, you're a basketball fan. This shouldn't be complicated. And if it's complicated for us and complicated for people that work here, it's complicated for everybody. That's number one. We almost have to remind people it's ESPN. I don't want to promote ESPN, but I want to promote the Knicks for the Knicks fans. I want to help you. I don't want you confused at 7 o'clock. It's one of the worst feelings you could have. Where's the game? Let me go to Prime. Oh, wait, it's not there. Let me go to... It would take you like 10 minutes to find it. So problem number one is this is not good for the consumer. Right. Adam Silver needs to understand this. There's a lot of things he doesn't understand, okay? One of those things is this is not good. You want to have 18 different cable partners? That's fine. Be consistent with where the series are. But there's another issue, and I think it's a big deal. Are you getting the best broadcast when it's a different broadcast crew every game?
No, because these are series, and the series has ebbs and flows. There's character to the games that get lost unless you have elite broadcast preparation and they're watching the previous game and listening to the previous game and the analysis of the previous game and then incorporating that back into their game. Otherwise, it's just a standalone game.
Dude, we've had, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is going to be the fourth different broadcast crew in 6 games.
Wow.
You had the Iron Eagle crew. Great job. You had the Noah Eagle crew. Great job. You had the, what was the other one that we just had? I'm trying to remember. The Mike Tirico crew, right? Jeez. And tonight we're getting the elite. And I think Knicks fans will be happy about this. You will get your guy. Mike Breen will be calling tonight's New York Knicks game along with member of the coalition, Richard Jefferson.
Well, so here's the thing. I trust that they did do the diligence.
Yes, and I think Mike Breen is amazing, and I think especially as somebody that's done the Knicks all season, he is as prepared and equipped to call a Knicks game as anybody.
Yeah.
With that all being said, it is still not the best broadcast to have guys bouncing around. No. I just don't. I think you lose something. Mike's great, but he wasn't there for every game.
Yeah.
And I think that what Adam Silver's got to realize for the consumer is, A, pick a channel for a series and pick a broadcast crew so that at least they can follow it and they're a part of that same story. So
I'm sorry. I'm infuriated by this. We've now been trained. We got there. You wanted us to learn the streaming. Peacock here. Amazon here. Peacock. This is like training a dog to go to the bathroom outside, them perfecting it, and then a week later going, now go pee on the couch. I hate the game's on ESPN.
Yeah.
It's going to throw off my whole algorithm.
Tiki really ruined the game because he knew it right away. If I just went to you first, you would have guessed that.
I didn't even the only reason I guessed that because that's the only thing you can get on a plane.
You know what I was ready to guess? Because he was making it feel like it was different. I'm like, tell me we're putting this on NBC Sports Network that I got to refine in my life.
I didn't even know there was an NBC Sports
I didn't
Network.
either, but I see that
Isn't that now Peacock?
So you would think. But Peacock. I believe the alternative to some of these games on Peacock that aren't on NBC is NBC Sports Network, which I didn't know existed anymore.
Yeah, I think ultimately tonight, once you realize it's ESPN and once you realize it's Mike Breen, it's all good. Like everyone's just going to be like, oh, ESPN's easy to find. I know the channel number. Mike Breen's the best. Oh, this is fantastic. It's more that it's just confusing. It's a scavenger hunt.
Yeah. Right.
And watching an NBA playoff game should not be a scavenger hunt.
The good news is if you go to a bar, it'll accidentally already be on. You won't have to ask them to change the channel.
No, you're right. I mean, look, ultimately it ends up as a good thing. It's just, this is a problem. And when I saw it last night, because I was like, oh, what channel's the game on? And I saw ESPN. I was like, what? You went from Amazon to the Peacock, to Amazon to the Peacock, to the Amazon to ESPN. Like, what's next? Is TNT coming back?
That's random. It really does. That's random when you put it that way.
Completely. Sean, give us a good meal.
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling. No! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless. Connecting everything everywhere. All right, so we reached that point in time. 14-2 loss yesterday. Obviously, the Mets coming up today. It's about to be May. We're about to be in the summer if weather ever, happens. So I'm here simply to give you the 5 things more interesting to watch than the Mets this summer. Okay? Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
I'm calling the summer starting tomorrow, whether weather agrees or not. I just consider May to the beginning of September summer, whether you like it or not.
Got it.
All right? Evan hates it. I don't care that you're a season guy. Just bear with me. All right. Number 5.
Yeah.
New Jersey transit commuters on TikTok complaining about the World Cup. I think it's going to be way more entertaining than the Mets this summer. All right?
Number 4.
Every single WNBA game, and that includes the bad ones, will be more interesting than the Mets this summer.
Number 3.
Wow. Aaron Boone postgame press conferences defending Anthony Volpe this summer will be more interesting.
Number 2.
Giannis watch after the Knicks are eliminated will, of course, be more interesting. And last but not least,
Number 1.
we're going to have to wait till August for this one, but the Geno Smith versus Russell Wilson Jets camp battle will be, in fact, more interesting than the Mets this
It's
summer.
not a camp battle.
That's also why they can't have Russell Wilson, because that's what some people will start saying. Even though it's nonsense.
If Russell Wilson looks better,
it's not a battle.
If he looks better in the preseason, people will say it.
You think that Jet fans would say that? You think Jet fans or the media would say?
Just like the media, the mindless, we need a talking point about a New York team media.
I think the only way it would be said, I want to be fair about this, is if in the preseason both guys are playing and Russ just looks 10 times better. Like, yeah, I think that if that happened, that would be mentioned. But, Tiki, you've watched a lot of football. You watched Russ last year.
I'm not saying it's valid. I'm not saying it's valid. There's no chance it's happening. Geno Smith is going to be the quarterback. But the talking point will be if Russell signs, is this a battle? Because what else are you saying?
Yeah.
Like there's no other content that makes that quarterback room interesting.
See, you left something out, Sean, that I'm surprised you left out, even though I don't necessarily think it's going to happen. Because I'm probably more a believer in the Yankees than you are. But the Yankees have a track record with a lot of their fans that they're going to have a June swoon.
The June swoon.
Yep.
That's going to happen. If that does happen.
It happens every year.
It happens just about every year, and certain people in the fan base completely overreact, right? And you're probably a part of it a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you think that's entertaining? That when the Yankees, not when, because I think the Yankees may be a different kind of good this year where that doesn't happen and they just win 105 games and they're awesome and their starting pitching is too good for that to have happen. But let's say it does. Let's say I'm wrong and the swoon happens. You don't think the discourse around Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman from Yankee fans, you don't find that entertaining?
Okay.
Even though at the end of the day, you know they're making the playoffs.
So I might be naive here. And I guess I was going to pick a better time to mention this. I'm kind of out on the June swoon this year. Not that I don't think it can't start to happen. Here's why. Number one, I think at some point here, whether it's mid-May and close to June, we're getting Garrett Cole, forget Carlos Rodon. And we're going to get to, in June, experience Fried, Schlittler, and Cole for the very first time in a rotation. And furthermore,
What is causes the swoons? Is it hitting or has it been pitching?
I mean, I think it's a combination of a lot of things: malaise, opponents, pitching, hitting. But I do
punt lineups.
But here's the thing. So number one, do I think that's going to inject new life in the Yankees if they're starting to feel like a June swoon's coming? Yes. And number two, I mean, this is that rare year we saw it accelerate yesterday. We talked about it yesterday. I think if they hit that June swoon and it feels like the lineup needs energizing, that's when you're calling up George Lombard Jr. So I kind of think the combination of Cole and Lombard Jr., if they do, in fact, have a June swoon, will change our being upset about the June swoon because we'll have stuff to be excited about within it. That's why I think it's a little different.
All right, there you go. Your Cinco de Lunch show every day right around this time. Mike is in the Bronx. Good afternoon, Mike.
Hey, Evan, how are you?
Good, man. What's up?
Good. I'd like to talk about my feelings on this game tonight as a Knicks fan. I think this is what he can do about it reversed. Because if you remember back then, the context of that comment, you mentioned it a lot, but that Knicks team was a farce. They made a farce out of the regular season. It was a important team in Knicks history because they turned it around. But the Atlanta was much better than them. But if you remember,
Derrick Rose was their best. Derrick Rose was their best player in the playoffs. That's all you need to know about that Knicks team. So you're right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And the first two games were close. They both teams won that. It was 1-1, but both teams won at the end. But the two games before that comment, he said before Game 5, was a blowout by Atlanta, which means that they figured out how to play that team, and they knew they had no chance. That's why Kuminga said that comment. I think it's just the opposite now. I think the Knicks are much better than the Hawks now, and the first, the two middle games were, adjustments by the coach in Atlanta who outcoached the Knicks, and the Knicks found out. And I don't think that Atlanta has any answers. I don't think anyone's going to say it. I think it's what are you going to do about it.
I completely agree with you. And I remember when we were previewing Game 5, Dan sent me the audio, but I didn't play because it was like spiking the football.
Right.
Where I said I fully expect the Knicks to impose their will on Atlanta. And they did. They just beat the crap out of them. And they beat them because they realized a few things. Number one, they don't have an answer for Karl Anthony Towns. They don't have it. And the Knicks are a far better team. They're a bigger team. They're a tougher team. Mm-hmm. And they've bullied the Atlanta Hawks. And there is zero evidence, even with Josh Hart and the questions around his status, which we'll get deeper into in the final hour, there's zero evidence that that's going to change. There's zero evidence that even with this game being in Atlanta, that all of a sudden the Hawks are going to have an answer or a response. I don't see it. And so I think that's a good way to look at it. It's the reverse of what you're going to do about it. And the answer is the Hawks ain't going to do anything about it except lose peacefully in 6.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about it. Once the card has been played, the cat card has been played, and you can utilize them in so many different ways. We talked about it earlier this week, but with the Atlanta not having an answer, the only way they beat the Knicks is if they shoot 50% from three-point range.
And that happens sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes you shoot the lights out.
But I don't see it happening.
No, I don't either. I think the Knicks are going to – I thought this about Game 5. I thought this about – in fairness, I thought this about Game 3 as well, and I got it wrong. So I'm not always right, even though I feel like in this series I've been more right than wrong.
Right.
I think they're going to kill them tonight.
Right.
I have no reason to believe this isn't going to follow a similar script to what has now happened in Game 4 and Game 5, where – and you ready for this stat? You ready for this stat? Who'd I hear it from? I'll tell you who I heard it from. John Macri, Knicks Film School. I'll give him the proper credit. So he better be right because I didn't fact check him. The margin of victory in these back-to-back games is the largest back-to-back margin of victory since 1970.
You mean 4 and 5?
I mean, no, any two playoff games in a row, combining what they did to an opponent in terms of the margin of victory in those two games, it is the largest back-to-back that the Knicks have had since their first NBA championship in 1970.
Oh.
Now, what does that mean?
You having another championship season?
I'm not.
Is that what you're saying?
I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you the last time it happened.
Yeah. Okay.
It could have been 1972, a year they lost in the finals. It doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. It just means that what they did to Atlanta over these two games, it's historic. I mean, especially in Knicks history.
Right.
And there's no reason to believe Game 6 is going to be any different. There's just no reason to.
Again, unless they shoot ridiculously from downtown.
A crazy injury.
Right.
They can't miss from 3. Get off to a very hot start in that regard. Like, remember, in Game 5, Atlanta missed a ton of open threes. Mm-hmm. Now, I still think the Knicks would have beat them anyway.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have an answer for that.
Yeah, it didn't feel like there were even if they had made some of those shots, they were still going to be down double digits.
Right. I don't think it was going to impact the outcome of the game.
Right, because the Knicks were still making a ton of shots.
You have somebody on hold with no name and city. Should I go to him and just find out what happens? Nah. I'll go to Anthony in Harlem. What's up, Anthony?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, dude?
Fellas, I got some insight. I could tell you that Russell Wilson had bought a $6 million brownstone in Brooklyn Heights with Ciara, and they absolutely love living in Brooklyn and New York City. They don't want to leave the city.
Yep.
So I would bet that he reached out to the Jets because I doubt that they want to take their family and move them to Indianapolis to be the backup there, right?
Yeah.
I think
so one of the.
You're right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's the likeliest outcome. The question is, the Jets have to say yes. This
Right.
isn't a one-way story, you know?
Right.
Well, they can kind of put him on hold. And one of the things that's kind of really interesting, I don't know if you guys talked about it. I know you guys heard about this kid, Brendan Sorsby, what happened to him with this gambling scandal.
Yes.
So this kid was potentially going to be a top 10 pick in the 2027 draft. And if the NCAA follows the letter of the law, well, what he did in 2023, he's going to be banned from collegiate athletics for the rest of his life.
Yeah, so
he might go into the supplemental draft.
He's currently
right?
being investigated for allegations of gambling at Texas Tech. And, yeah, so to further this, because I was reading about it this morning, and credit to Sean because he brought it up to us. I wasn't even following it that closely, but I read a lot about it this morning, is that Brendan Sorsby is likely going to be banned for life. He's not going to be able to play college football because of this investigation into gambling, in which he gambled on a lot of stuff.
Yep.
It wasn't a lot of money, but it was very frequent, and it added up. And it was on games in which his team was playing.
Yeah.
So let's also mention that besides other sports.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's bad.
So he's going to be banned for life. And what I read about the NFL and potentially going in the supplemental draft, the draft that's rarely held. In fact, the last time someone was taken in the supplemental was 2023. I'm sorry. The last time it was held was 2023. The last time someone was taken was 2019. So those supplemental picks, even though we've heard of some of the famous names like Bernie Kosar and Chris Carter, it's a rare thing.
Wasn't Dave Brown?
Dave Brown. As was Sam Beal for the Giants.
Yeah, but I named prominent names. But you're right. In terms of local guys, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of this town, Dave Brown, Sam Beal, you're right. So it's a rarity. But what I read is that the NFL is very unlikely, according to insiders, to approve him being in the supplemental draft. And the reason is that, I'll read you the exact quote. If he wanted to apply to the NFL for the supplemental draft, according to Jonathan Jones, folks I talked to believe he would not be approved. The supplemental draft seems like a very unlikely pathway this summer, and here's why. The NFL is obviously very hard on those who gamble on NFL games. If you're the NFL, and do you bet on your team, win or lose? And if you bet on your team, win or lose, you're banned for a minimum of 2 years. That's how seriously the league takes this.
Right.
Would they approve somebody who's currently being investigated for doing just that? And the answer, if you're thinking about it just naturally, is no. They're not going to allow this kid into the NFL immediately. You want to tell me 2-3 years from now, after he serves some kind of penalty and goes into, gambling rehab?
Yeah, and that's what he's doing now, right? Is it he entered some facility?
I think he has, in fairness.
Something of that regard to help, mitigate this issue. Again, he's probably doing it to see if he can get reinstated to the NCAA, but that's not happening. He's going to be banned for life until his only recourse now is the NFL or some other semi-professional type league.
That's That's probably where this goes. Right. In that I do not think the NFL is going to allow this kid to be in the supplemental draft. Not with those accusations against him that are still being investigated.
It's just a bad look.
Well,
right.
Because to the point of if you do it in the NFL, you're banned, right? So why, how could the NFL say, "Oh yeah, you did that in college? Yeah, come on in. We'll let you in." And I'm not saying he'll be banned for life necessarily, but I think his avenue is probably going to go to another league, a renegade league that says, sure, we don't care. Come on down. And then I think if he's impressive and a couple of years go by and more comes out about the investigation and he has proven he's away from doing such things, then maybe he has an NFL career. But I don't see that being a thing now, right?
Right.
Can make a lot of money on jet losses, though.
That was uncalled for.
Just had to lighten the mood.
It's a serious conversation.
It is serious. He should get the help he needs.
And you use that to take a shot at the Jets.
Did I take a shot at the Jets, or is it something you do with emotional hedges?
No, don't turn this on me.
I'm just following your
You're
lead.
comparing me to a guy betting on his own team or betting against his own team?
I'm not comparing him doing it. I was a punchy Jet joke.
I'm an overweight 42-year-old who goes to the games. I ain't playing. Me betting doesn't impact anything.
I want you to go home tonight and I want you to ask Spence. Spence, if we lose and we get a better supplemental draft pick, what do you think?
You want me to explain that to him? We'll get more into this Knicks series, including the status of Josh Hart, plus your calls at 888-808-1019. That is the toll-free number. Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash, still too.
This Drive Around the League with Tiki Barber is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Tyreek Hill, Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, Hassan Reddick, Joey Bosa. These are all big names and Pro Bowl NFL players who are still free agents a week after the NFL draft. You might be asking what gives. Well, part of the reason is the compensatory pick formula for teams that lose and sign free agents. By the way, it's better for them to sign after the draft, these veterans. But another reason is that once you hit your 30s in the NFL, you're no longer a priority sometimes in this league. Despite still being able to play and help a team win, veteran players who are still on the street after the draft are in limbo, often waiting for someone to get hurt or the emotional whims of a general manager or coach who really thinks they need them. Eventually, all these guys will sign, and some of them will have good, maybe even great seasons. But their plight is a reality in the NFL. No matter how good you are, you're eventually getting replaced. This is Tiki Barber with your Drive Around the League by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Game 5 at the Garden went the Knicks' way. And now New York can close out the Hawks in tonight's Game 6 in Atlanta to move one step closer to their ultimate goal. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here. Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Trapper, what's your beef? An era may have come to an end in Philly last night, which I know feels poetic for Flyers fans, dispatching Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang from the playoffs in their 20th season together, but should also be appreciated, not just in Pittsburgh, around the sports world, where we'll probably never see a trio of players like this, or the Steph, Draymond, Clay trio that ran Golden State for years, stay together this long ever again. I'm Chris Mack.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club, available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. If you or someone you care about is facing a family law issue, let us set up a 1-hour Cordell Consult. The Cordell Consult is a meeting with a local attorney who will give you clear guidance about your options, whether it's a separation, a postnuptial agreement, divorce, or custody. CordellCordell.com.
866-323-7529, 250 Pele, Saddlebrook. Diana Magala, licensed in New York and New Jersey. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out. And you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
Calling all Hoops fans. Ready for the NBA playoffs? Get in on the action throughout basketball's most exciting time of the year with BetMGM, an authorized gaming operator of the NBA. From same-game parlays to live bets, you can call your shots during any play. Rooting for your favorite players? You'll find all sorts of markets for betting on any star's performance on any given night of the playoffs. Don't miss a single highlight or buzzer-beating shot by getting all your picks in with BetMGM. Ready to shoot your shot? Download the app today. Make your bets and experience the thrill of the NBA playoffs like never before. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense reminds 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
And Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug.
Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
We are 6 hours away before tip-off. The New York Knicks, the Atlanta Hawks down in Atlanta for a Game 6. And the major question before tip-off, we've already answered what channel it's on. It's on ESPN. But the major question before tip-off is the status of Josh Hart. Now, remember, it was in the fourth quarter with about, trying to get my brain right on this, 6-7 minutes to go.
6-7.
Damn it. I didn't mean to do that. When Josh took the tumble, went to the locker room and never came back with what they're calling a lower back issue. And so Josh is currently on the injury report as questionable. And Josh Hart, forget the stats because the stats don't tell the story, has been very valuable in this series. I thought early on in this series defensively against Jalen Johnson, and I think recently in the way he shut down C.J. McCollum. So Josh has been a Swiss Army knife when it comes to his defense in this series. It is a blow to not have Josh Hart. I would still have confidence that they would take care of business tonight without him, but I can't just say it's a no biggie. Of course it's a biggie. He's a hell of a player. But I also find it really hard to believe he's not going to play.
Yeah, he seems like a gamer, just even if something is bothering him a little bit, even if he's uncomfortable, and even if that disrupts him offensively a little bit, his energy is worth it. As long as he's not fully compromised. And again, they didn't say what the injury was.
It's a back issue.
But,
it's a lower back.
Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
So lower back could be, I just need some heat to warm it up. I just need to stretch a little bit. Or it could be like a disc problem.
It could be huge, man.
Which would be devastating. But I don't think it's that. I think he plays through it.
Yeah, I would fully expect him to play through it. Now, you have the chance to be conservative if you're the New York Knicks because you got a Game 7 in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You'd like to win tonight. If you don't win tonight, I think most of us around here would be very surprised, but we would also have a huge level of confidence of them winning Game 7. It would just suck to have to play a Game 7. Who wants to screw around? I meant this point to you yesterday. I wouldn't be nervous about losing a Game 7, but I'd be nervous about what could happen in a Game 7, whether it's an injury, whether it's just something crazy.
Right, get off to a terrible start, whatever. Anything can happen when it's a a closeout for both sides.
Absolutely. And I think the same thing goes tonight for the Celtics, who are down in Philadelphia trying to close out the 76ers. And we have a guy who works here who's a big Celtic fan, the legendary Ray Martell. And Ray just told me, and this should not be a surprise to any Knicks fan, which is why you should be saying, let's go Sixers. Ray is driving down to Philly tonight to go to the Celtics-Sixer game, and he told me how much he paid.
And?
There's no market for the game.
$30.
$60.
Oh, wow.
There's no market for the Sixers in
What is
Philadelphia.
wrong with 76er fans?
They don't believe in the team. They're excited about the Flyers. It's simple.
I wish I knew Ray was going. I would have brought my Rondé Barber jersey. Usually ends well when you do that, doesn't
You
it?
would do that. He's got other ways to piss off the Philly fan. He's got other. Just being from Boston, you would think it would be enough. Or being a Boston sports fan would be enough. But there is no juice in Philadelphia for the Sixers. And we knew that from 2 years ago because a part of why we made our trip down to Philadelphia is I bought tickets for Tommy in the Revolutionary Row, and it was more than $60, but it wasn't a lot.
It wasn't prohibitive.
It was not prohibitive.
And the Knicks fans took over.
Yeah. And I expect
they took over early in the series, right? And then we went later in the series.
So game 4 was when it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like game 3 was a weeknight and game 4 was on the weekend. And it was overwhelming Knicks fans. And that's when we're like, damn.
Man,
and then we went to game 6, which was the closeout game. And that was a weeknight. And it was also overwhelming. So, yeah, you could take over Philadelphia. It's tough to take over the Link, but boy, those other places.
Although, I don't know, to get in last night for the Flyers was like $190.
Because the Flyers are a hot ticket. I just told you that's part of what's going on.
So they just don't
here.
believe in the basketball team.
Yeah. Yes. It's about belief.
Yeah.
Like when I went to Philly for Mets Phillies in the playoffs, it was a very hot ticket and the fans were rabid. If the Phillies made the playoffs this year, like as the third wild card team, and then won a round and got to the division series, it'd be easier to go to the games.
Right.
Because I think the fan base, in all likelihood, I'm prognosticating, wouldn't believe in the team. There's a belief factor that really kind of impacts that. You all right over there? You distracted by NFL Network?
No, I'm just watching.
What could they possibly be saying?
Nothing.
Oh.
I see the Giants, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
That's going to be an interesting final hour. Tiki's distracted by the NFL Network, and I got a Met game I'll be distracted by.
And now I'm sitting here with the remote. I feel like I'm trying to find the Knicks game. I'm trying to find the Met game on in here.
Yeah, so I didn't want to bring this up till now. I prefer if you guys don't watch the Mets game.
Excuse me?
I was getting ready to turn it on.
Yeah, because I want it on my tablet so that you don't spoil it with your facial expressions. And we're not going to mention it because, listen, the Met game is on. It's not a big deal. We'll focus on other conversations. But, yeah, I prefer you not watch the Met game. I don't need you spoiling it for me in case you're ahead of my feed.
Yeah, this is like my off-season, not really pet peeve, but with the NFL Network, they end up just making up conversations that mean nothing.
Yeah, but that's TV.
It's TV, but it's up until the draft, it's like, oh, the draft was phenomenal. They have this unbelievable coverage. Anything before the draft, after the Super Bowl, it's nothing. And then anything after the draft leading into, I don't know, I guess training camp, it's like you're just making stuff up.
Well, here's the way I look at the NFL calendar. So the NFL calendar after the season is over, because obviously the season's the season.
Yeah.
When the season's over, it is all about free agency, draft.
Yeah, but free agency happens quick.
Right.
Like the big names happen almost immediately.
No, but I'm talking about as soon as the Super Bowl ends. So I'm talking about that February to the middle of March.
Right.
It's all free agency. Then everybody signs, we react to it, and then it's the draft.
Yes.
Draft.
But it's a month of draft lead up.
100%.
Which is, some of it's really interesting, especially if you're picking high.
No doubt. And we spent a lot of time on this radio station talking about it. Once the draft occurs, it is the one dead time in the NFL season.
That's right.
Because the only other exciting thing before training camp is the schedule, which I am ecstatic about. But there's nothing to do with the schedule other than us predicting what you think it's going to be.
And there are still some free agents that are still out there. Like Stephon Diggs is still out there, and Tyreek Hill is still out there, and David Njoku, Joey Bosa. But it's like at this point you haven't signed yet. Is anybody really excited to sign you?
No.
Exactly.
It's the forgotten part of free agency.
It's the forgotten free agents.
So this is the weird time of year in May and June. Those are the 2 months where outside of the schedule release, which I'm pumped about, it is the deadest time the NFL has. Just is. Just the way it is. So they may crop up. Let's go to Frank in Newark, New Jersey. Hey, Frank.
Hey, guys. What's up, man?
What's up?
Hey, Evan, man. I love your knowledge, man. Like I've been listening to the station for so long. I'm 62 years old, and you amaze me sometimes with your recall and your knowledge of the game.
Well, I appreciate it, man.
And of all sports, especially baseball. Tiki, I'm the one who called before and said I used to root against your brother, your twin over you.
Yep.
You're probably my second favorite Giant of all time after LT.
Lawrence,
which is ironic because I used to be a Raider fan, but the DC guys hated on the New York guys so hard, man, that they turned me to a Giant fan 40 years ago.
That's funny.
So it's kind of ironic. But I called about this guy Reggie Miller, man. Why do they have him announcing our games? He cannot be impartial. He's such a Nick hater, man.
He really is.
It drives me nuts. Even when he tries to say something nice about the Knicks, it comes off so fake, man.
The reason they do it is your reaction.
That's right.
Because there is that connection that Reggie has to the Knicks, even if it's overstated. And we've talked about this plenty, that Reggie Miller's success against the Knicks is one of the most overstated things in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
He is still presented like the boogeyman. That is the presentation of Reggie Miller.
He's still memorable, even if it wasn't as – it's falsely remembered.
Yes, it's remembered slightly incorrectly.
Yeah,
he had great moments against the Knicks. No one's denying that. But look at the overall record and performance, and the Knicks got more last laughs.
Yeah.
And what will forever stick with me, and I don't know if Knicks fans necessarily agree with this, but when I think of 2025, the year that ended in losing to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think of Game 1. I think we all think of Game 1 and Tyrese Halliburton and him doing the choke sign and all that. And I think of Reggie. I think of Reggie laughing. We played that call over and over again. Like, listen to this guy. He's cracking up. Like, it's the funniest thing ever. And so, of all the times that Reggie's on the call, like he was on the call the other day and it was, whatever. You, the Knicks, kick their ass.
Right.
It's like, what could Reggie say?
You can't.
But for him to be on the call of the Tyrese Halliburton thing in Game 1 last year is criminal. Like, dude, he's like connected to it, and he shouldn't be connected to it. But
Joe Davis-like.
It was very Joe Davis-like, yes.
Yeah, he was clearly favoring the Pacers. Clearly.
And when Tyrese hit the shot, he was like,
and by the way, he should. But it's just, I don't know. It creates the reaction that I think that they want.
Now, do you think in Atlanta, and maybe Atlanta's the wrong people to ask because they're like not real sports fans, so maybe it'll be the next round against Boston. Do you think they get mad with Mike Breen calling Knick games, or do you think they're just...
No, I think it's different with a play-by-play guy versus the analyst.
Well, we killed Joe Davis.
Yeah, but Joe is egregious.
Yeah, Joe is egregious. Okay. And Mike's not. Mike's a pro.
Mike is a pro. He'll be fine. But it'd be like if Clyde was calling. He was the analyst.
Dude, you know what kills me?
But you know what? Clyde gives crap to the Knicks, too. So
well, Clyde calls it like it is.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Also, Clyde is at every game, which kind of bothers me. Like, why not call the games then? Why not do all the games?
Because he can't. How he doesn't have a
I know
contract
that.
with
I know
these
it's irrational. I'm just saying it bothers me.
Right. You're saying he should be.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Tell me if I'm distracted because I'm going to try to score the Met game in the final hour of our show, but I still want to be a radio professional, so I want you to grade me and see how I do and if I'm distracted or not. Okay? Just be fair. Come on, Freddie, do it. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I was joking around. Let's go to Evan in Reading. What's going on, Evan?
What up, Evan?
How you guys doing?
All's good.
Good, man.
A few things. Tiki, I am 57 years old. You were great. Giants, who knows what's going to happen this year. I am graduating from nursing school.
Oh, congrats.
This Saturday.
Man. That's fantastic.
So I wanted to let you know.
That's awesome, dude.
Evan, thank you. Evan, what do you do with these scorecards? Throw them away.
What?
Maybe that's the bad the bad juju. Get rid of them.
How dare you?
This is
crazy.
What
This
would
is the second
happen
person
if you,
that told me to either not score or throw them away.
Right. What would happen if you stopped scoring? Would they potentially be better?
Well, first of all,
the answer is no.
No,
but
I don't.
Because it has nothing to do with it.
I don't believe in that crap. And second of all, there are things in life that we all do, and they're all weird. Some of us admit it, some of us don't. And then you save certain things. And when people say, well, what are you saving it for? There isn't necessarily an answer. Like, my dad used to be a collector of sports memorabilia.
Yeah.
And he decided to stop collecting. He just stopped.
What precipitated the stop? Like, why did he just all of a sudden say, yeah, you know what, I'm done?
I think something about the industry, like the sports collecting industry, kind of turned him off.
Yeah, but
I think
it's now coming back. Like the cards, the trading cards are becoming a huge deal.
Yeah, but it wasn't trading cards. It was game-used bats, game-used balls, like all sorts of things. But I think I'll ask him when I see him this weekend, like, what was it? Was there an event? I think there was. I forgot. But he stopped. Now, what did he do with all of his collectibles? He has it just in a room. Now, you could ask him, and I have, what are you saving it for? And his answer is, it's you and your sister's problem. Basically, I'm giving it to you. You figure it out.
Now, have you looked? Do you know what's in there?
There's a lot of really good stuff in there.
So, that's going to be valuable at some point.
No one's saying it isn't valuable. It's about what are you supposed to do with all of it?
You get one of the collectible companies to come out, they grade the stuff, and then you either sell it to them or hold on to it.
All right, that's an option.
Yeah.
Or
his
exactly
grandkids want them.
So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Or grandkids, right.
That's true. That's what I'm doing with the scorecards. What am I saving it for? Sometimes I like to look back on it.
The scorecards are probably not valuable.
All right.
Nobody's.
What a hit to my ego,
You know
this
what?
whole conversation.
No. I think you're sleeping on this. Because Evan has written a book and he's become the scorecard guy, I think
so Evans in particular could be.
Yeah, other people's aren't. Like, no offense, Evan. If and when you pass down the line, I don't know if you're going to be frozen or not. Yeah, I think the Evan Roberts scorecards will have some. I mean, people can sell feet picks. People will buy your scorecards for your grand.
So,
for your
see,
kids.
there you go, Tiki. I got some value.
Maybe. You might be right.
You know what? Matter of fact, I'd start taking feet picks and then putting them on the scorecard, and then we'll look back.
Is there anything that you guys have, it's not necessarily a collection, but something that you don't throw out with the idea of, I don't know what I'm doing with it, but I'm keeping it? Because that's what I would equate my scorebooks to, and I think we all have something like that. Like, just not even a collection, just something of, well, what are you going to do with all that?
I have a bunch of Playboy magazines.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What?
So when we were in college.
What?
When we were in college, me, my brother, James, and Mike were there was a four of us in an off-campus, off-grounds housing. And so we had a Playboy subscription. And so when we graduated, it was like, who wants a subscription? And they didn't know where they're like, Rhonda didn't want it, James didn't want it, Mike didn't want it. I was like, oh, whatever, I'll take it. So I put it in my new address, and I just kept getting them. And like,
no wonder you were fumbling so much early in your career.
But at this point, I'm like not paying attention to them because you just grow out of it. You know what I mean? And so I ended up having it for like 6 years into my professional career, and then I finally canceled it once I lived in the city.
But you still have them.
And so I still have them.
And where are they right now?
Some of them are in the basement, and I honestly don't know.
By the way, that's a better question than my scorebooks. Like, I can always go back and look at an old game. What do you do? Going to look at an old nothing?
No, I mean,
are you going to go?
I have not opened that box in forever.
Wouldn't it feel weird to open a Playboy at this point?
I think no. Why is it weird to wear the '86 Darryl Strawberry jersey?
I just don't think it's
just
the same.
The fact that it was sold and it was like mainstream.
It's weird.
It's weird because you see
it is weird.
You see like some of these people who posed on they were cover models.
Now
they were like real like mainstream people.
Now
like actors and actresses.
Stay on track here because I got to know this. You have the Playboys.
Yes.
Would you be the type of person to open them up and you'd think in real time, or how old are they now?
What do you mean?
When you, because I don't know. I feel like I'd look at this from like,
I know what he's
if I'm looking at
ooh,
Pamela
she's like
Anderson,
64 now.
Like
or
if I'm
would you look
looking
at it and go,
Pamela Anderson,
perfect,
and
yeah.
saying, well, she was amazing, and now I'm like, wow, she's 70?
Yeah. Like, would you feel awkward going, oh, she's got grandma?
That's a good question.
You know why I think the answer is, because I think we can answer it in this way. I was watching a scene from a movie that for some reason was put in by algorithm. And I think it was the scene where Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake agree that they're going to try to be friends with benefits. You ever see the movie Friends with Benefits?
Oh, yes. Right, yes.
All right. So I'm watching the scene. Very cool scene, hot scene. You could do the same with those two. Not that they're like old, but they're older. It was like 25 years ago.
But they still look good.
You're right, but when I'm watching the scene, I wasn't thinking of it. I wasn't like, oh, what does Mila look now like now?
Right.
It was just like, I'm just watching this great scene from 25 years ago.
But it passes you quickly. The scene passes you. Whereas with a magazine, you're just looking at it.
Yeah, you're eating Jell-O now.
I can't believe you've got like an endless collection of Playboys.
It's not endless, but it's a lot.
Like, I didn't see that coming. Like, if I gave everybody a bunch of guesses.
It was only because I took the
you don't have to over-explain it to us.
I'm just
bottom
not.
line
It's
is,
listen.
here's the headline. Tiki Barber keeps thousands of old Playboys. That's the headline.
If me and Evan come back over, let's discreetly take us down to that box. I got to pine through these.
Nice.
We'll check it out. Be kind of curious.
But it is out there. Like, when you think about how prudish we as a society have come and like how taboo nudity feels.
Yeah.
It's shocking when you look at it.
See, I was going to say, I think it's the opposite, that nudity is so accessible now that the idea of just looking at a magazine is like, no biggie.
I know, but my point is, it's like an actress you know. It's like an actress who you would see mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're just naked in a magazine.
Oh, I got you from that standpoint.
Yes.
We'll get back to your calls coming up. Plus, I've got a cross-sports analogy for Yankees and Knicks fans that I think is spot on. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. It is official. Fanatics Fest 2026 is back at the Javits Center in New York. It's coming July 16th through the 19th. The first lineup of town has been announced, featuring some of the biggest names in sports. We're talking about Tom Brady. From entertainment, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Tyson, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Diana Taurasi, Josh Hart, and many more. The world's #1 sports fan festival is back, bringing fans closer to the athletes they love through live moments, photo ops, autographs, and unforgettable experiences. Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com.
This portion of the program was sponsored by New York Presbyterian, with world-class doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine in over 450 locations across New York City and Westchester. Expert healthcare is close to home. Book an appointment at nyp.org. It's also sponsored by H.L. Gross Jewelers. Shop H.L. Gross in Garden City or at hlgross.com.
If you're ready to pop the big question, discover why 5 generations have purchased their diamonds from H.L. Gross Jewelers of Garden City. Save yourself all the hassle and come to H.L. Gross, where you'll get the guaranteed best price, education, and guidance. H.L. Gross Jewelers, Long Island's premier bridal ring store.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the book with Bunch of One Sports. Knicks Hawks Game 6, Karl Anthony Towns should continue to feast on the glass. Cat is averaging over 11 rebounds per game in this series, but there's clearly been a shift in the past few games. 17, 10, and 14 rebounds in the past 3 for Cat. Josh Hart is a little banged up with a back contusion. Hart will probably play, but he's failed to pull in double-digit boards the last 3 games. And as a result, Cat is tasked with crashing the glass. Going over on his rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter and Beat the Books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Allstate is Metro New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the tri-state area. We're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save an average of $713 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Everything you knew about reaching customers online is being rewritten. Time to rethink your approach. Outcomes from Viant finds real customers, not impressions, not clicks, customers. Our AI maximizes every dollar of your budget against the outcomes that matter most and proves it happened. It's smarter advertising made simple. Visit Viant.ai.
If you're carrying a lot of credit card or personal loan debt, every month can start to feel the same. All those bills, all those due dates, all that stress. There's a solution that's designed to make it easier for you. National Debt Relief could put you on the fast track to paying off your credit card debt, personal loans, and even medical debt for less than you owe, with just one low monthly payment you can afford. And no, it's not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. It's a real, affordable debt relief program that could save you lots of money. National Debt Relief has already helped over 1 million people with their debt and has thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. So if you owe $10,000 or more, don't wait. Call 800-300-4411 now to see if you qualify. That's 800-300-4411. One call could help reduce what you owe and simplify your monthly payments. Call 800-300-4411 now to find out how much you could save.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you don't want to miss, from profit boost to bonus bets and more. And the best part, it's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's waiting for you today. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA. FanDuel makes it easy to get closer to the action. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up. FanDuel puts player research right at your fingertips, so you can check stats, trends, and matchups all in one place and make your picks with confidence. It's everything you need, all in one app. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The pros know nobody beats FW Web. With extensive inventory, personalized service, and a fleet of trucks across the Northeast, FW Web supports all customers, from one-van contractors to large facility operators. For planned projects, emergency jobs, or maintenance, FW Web has what you need, when and where you need it. For plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, propane gas, and PVF jobs. With over 100 locations, visit FWWeb.com to find one near you.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The Yankees are back in the Bronx to take on Baltimore. 7:05 tomorrow night.
Going, and go!
Susan Waldman and Dave Sims call all the action. The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. 101.9 FM, 660 AM, and always available en Espanol with Ricky Ricardo on the Odyssey app.
This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Cooking as easy as 1, 2, 3. Discover how at chefiq.com. Tonight, it's a 7 p.m., not an 8 p.m., a 7 p.m. tip for the Knicks as they look to close out the Hawks down in Atlanta. And Josh Hart is questionable. Also, the Celtics and Timberwolves will look to avoid Game 7 as they lead 3-2 in their series as they continue in a big night in the NBA.
I don't know if you knew this, and tell me if you have, but my son, my oldest son, Jet, told me something last night, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I fact-checked him, and he was right. So I'm going to present it the way Jet presented it to me.
All right.
And see if you guys think I'm crazy. Do you guys know that we're having 2 ball drops this year?
New Year's Eve ball drops?
Yeah, we're having 2 of them.
No.
That's what he said to me.
What does that mean?
And I said, what do you mean? Look, we're following the same conversation.
Okay.
And he's like, they're dropping the ball from Times Square twice this year.
Why? Once at East Coast and one West Coast?
That's a great guess. That is not the correct answer. And by the way, it's true. I'll explain, but he is absolutely right. For the first time in history, they are dropping the ball twice at Times Square. How he found out, I don't know. Maybe they're talking about it at school.
I think I know.
Okay. You think you know, or did you look it up?
I swear I didn't look it up. I'm going to take a guess.
Take a guess.
Well, first I need to ask you, did he mean, is this a trick question that both are on New Year's Eve or not?
Do you want me to answer that for you?
Well, I would just say this. Are they dropping the ball to start the World Cup?
They are not dropping the ball to start the World Cup.
Okay.
But you are correct, and this is what I couldn't figure out. It is not both on New Year's Eve. It's a different ball drop for a different moment, but it is legitimately a ball drop.
Why?
Why? I'll give you another guess, because I have the answer, and the answer is kind of crazy.
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
It's America's 250th birthday.
Bang! We are dropping a ball to honor the 250th birthday of America. And when the ball drops, which is going to be in the middle of the summer, there's going to be USA red, white, and blue confetti. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to get to experience the ball drop in nicer weather. What do you think of that?
So July 3rd into the 4th.
I think you got to double check if it's 3rd to the 4th. I assume that's what it is. Like, why wouldn't it be? Even though I think, like, technically, maybe it's a different time or different day. Because I think the signing was a few days later after. Well, whatever. The point is, they're dropping another ball in Times Square. I'm a New Yorker. I come to New York every day. You're a New Jerseyer. You're in New York every day. Does any of us know this?
So this is an early summer.
Yeah. Am I breaking news to most people?
This is an August ball drop.
No, I think it's in July. Are you telling me it's August? I would assume it was July 4th, kind of like what Sean just said. Do we have an exact time on when it'll be?
No, it already happened.
Excuse me? No, it didn't.
According to this article, it happened at midnight, and then they raised it back up for the Constellation Bowl and dropped it at 12:04 at midnight on July to celebrate that this was going to be the 250th year.
Wait, they've already dropped the ball twice?
Wow. Yeah, you got to experience it both times already on New Year's Eve. According to the article I'm reading.
Yeah, I think the article's wrong. I was presented with it. They're doing it for the 250th birthday,
right,
which is occurring in July. That's when it's going to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, look it up.
Here's the tricky
Do better
part.
research.
The ball will not drop right away. It's not going to do it on Friday, July 3rd. It dropped 4 minutes after midnight on New Year's Day.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, I think you're wrong.
All right, I'm going to find another article.
It's the 250th year celebration. That's what they're celebrating.
Correct.
Right?
That's what we're celebrating, yeah.
Congress ratified the declaration on July 4th.
Right.
It was signed on August 2nd.
So they may do August 2nd?
So I don't know.
Yes, New York City will have two ball drops. This was on December 31st. One at midnight and another at 12:04 a.m. to honor the 250th anniversary.
Wait, they already dropped the ball twice?
It happened already.
Wow. Look at that. Your son was trying to be smart.
Yeah. 2026 from ABC. New Year's Eve ball drops twice as U.S. begins 250th year.
Oh. I had read a story after Jet told me this, that it was happening again in the summer, and it was going to be like a summer ball drop.
No, I'm on 4 different news outlets saying it happened already at 12:04 on New Year's Day.
That sucks, because I thought it would have been kind of cool, because I've never had any interest in going to the ball drop.
Why would you have interest to go in the middle of the summer?
Because the weather's better.
You still got to stand in a corral and not be able to go to the bathroom.
No, that part still sucks, but at least you're not freezing your tuchus off. Let's go to Ray in Waterbury. What's up, Ray?
Hi, guys.
What's up, Ray?
We're already down 1-0. They're throwing the ball around the infield.
Yeah, there was a comebacker to Freddie Peralta, and he fielded it and then made a bad throw to first base, and it allowed a run to score from first. So the Mets are off to just a splendid start with their afternoon game against the Washington Nationals. They suck.
The defense is as bad as ever.
Yep.
Here's what I think. I know they're not going to fire Mendy right away. I think if he has a bad road trip, they have no choice, because I think Stearns knows it's his fault. But here's the thing, what Mendy does. You're just getting off. You broke the 12-game losing streak, and you won 2 in a row, and here comes Minaya in long relief. You don't have, and last night too, you don't have the luxury of using Minaya. Him and Senga got to be off the roster. You cannot use those two people.
Well, I think
there's
just monetary implications for that.
Well, they've already taken care of it with Senga, whether it's a fake injury or not. I happen to believe it's real only because it's a back, and they gave him an epidural. And what that injury allows them to do is actually store him in the minor leagues on a rehab assignment, and it's a way to get him to the minor leagues without him accepting that he's going to the minor leagues. what they do with Manaea, and Anthony Gallo brought this up to me because I forgot about this conversation that you and I had last year about Manaea. Remember, he got hurt. He missed the first part of the year, and then it came out that he had loose bodies in his elbow.
Which is why it's why you could explain in some ways the dip in velocity.
But do you remember what you said about this?
No.
You're spot on. You said he could either have the surgery, he'll wipe out the season, but he can get it fixed, or if he tries to pitch through it, he just may be a compromised, different pitcher.
Right.
And since Sean Manaea returned, and yes, it's subsequently with the contract that David Stearns brilliantly gave it to him, he's not just compromised, he's terrible.
Yeah.
His velocity is down. He has not gotten people out.
His fastball's under 90.
Yeah, it's 88, 89.
Yeah.
So the Mets could very well go to him and say, look, we are strongly recommending that you get these loose bodies fixed because it's tough to convince you and I that that's not the reason he's struggling. He had a reported injury. He was going to pitch through it.
Right.
He's pitched through it, and he's terrible.
Yeah, but the only reason you're keeping him on the Major League roster at this moment is because, one, you kind of need him in long relief, but two, you're paying him $25 million. Like you need to justify it in some regards, but you also need to protect this season. You know what I mean? And you can't keep running them out there.
You have sent down a rabbit hole like you wouldn't believe.
What are we talking about, the ball drop again?
There are 3 ball drops.
There are 3.
So
not
Jet,
just 2.
Jet was right.
No, but he was wrong.
He said 2.
He said 2. There's actually 3.
So what we have now established is there already were 2, but my point...
No, there already was 1.
No, there was already 2 at 12 and 12:04.
Okay. 12:04 was a moment in Special America's Rising celebration. They dropped the Centennial Ball.
Okay.
They are now going to rise this ball and redrop it again on July 3rd.
Thank you.
For the actual birthday.
Thank you.
So it dropped to kick off America's 250th year at 12:04 a.m., and now they're pumping this thing back up and dropping it again. So this year will feature 3 ball drops for some reason?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at midnight, at 12:04, and now at whenever on July 3rd.
So
or
this
4th.
July 3rd ball drop is going to be a midnight ball drop? Is that correct?
A midnight ball drop. But I don't understand why you did the 12:04 moment. Why? Who cares about that?
Forget that. Don't get confused. The bottom line is...
But it happened.
Okay, but that's irrelevant. It's happened. Let's move on. There's a July 4th ball drop, middle of the summer, beautiful weather. For those that never wanted to stand out in the cold like myself, this does create an opportunity. Like, I am thinking about it.
Yeah. I'm not even sure the middle of the night on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day was that bad.
Apparently, there are stories saying that there's a chance nobody will be able to attend.
What?
I got
Well, then it's not a real ball drop.
I'm
there
on
needs to be people celebrating.
I guess Mamdani might be looking to close the streets to people. Dude,
so what's the point?
I am so confused with this story. Can you have more facts before you bring the story?
And is there a TV show surrounding this?
I don't know, man. We're workshopping this on the air, and everybody's yelling at me on the phones. It did happen. It didn't happen.
Well, I'm right. There's a ball drop on the 4th of July. That was the point. Joe in Cranford knows what I'm talking about, right, Joe?
Yeah, you guys pretty much got it all figured out now. But real quick, you guys are so dramatic. CBS Sports app, every game, that's where I check my scores. They always tell you what network the game is going to be on. It's not that complicated. Get it straight.
Yeah, but you're simplifying something that should be simple, but it's not. Like, if I lived in my own bubble, I would say, hey, it's no big deal. Just turn on the NBA app or the CBS Sports app, and you'll know where the game is. And what he's referring to is, where is the Knicks game tonight? It's on ESPN. First time it's been on ESPN in this series. That's not the way most people are. Like, most people get home from a long day of work, and they know the Knicks are playing a playoff game, and they sit their asses down on their couch, and they say, where is the Knicks? Like, you're right. Everything is easy if you want to make it easy, but that's not the way most people are. And for the bulk of the people that you're trying to get to watch your product, they're not just checking the CBS Sports app or the NBA app or this app or that. They're not. They're sitting on their couch and saying, where are my Knicks?
Right.
So, with all due respect to Joe, he doesn't have a feel for the people. It's okay. Let's go to another Joe. Joe in Monroe, New Jersey. What's up, Joe?
How you doing, guys?
All's well.
What's
up? So, yeah, that story about the ball dropping on July 4th has been a story since, like, December. It's been out there. I was well aware of it, and it is going to drop on July 4th. And if I can, I'd like to get a Stearns point in, if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right. So I'm not going to Citi Field again until he's gone. I go every year. I live in New Jersey, but I go about half a dozen times a year. And I would implore all Mets fans to do the same, because this guy has dismantled. He's not building a team. He's dismantled a team. He thinks his logic is sensible when it's not. There's no camaraderie when you get players with less than 3-year contracts every year. There's no camaraderie in a team. How could you root for a team like that?
Oh, you
can
no.
root for?
Well, okay, so I agree with part of what you said. Obviously, David Stearns has done a god-awful job. And when you try to figure out what the vision is from a player standpoint, it's tough to find it.
That's the hard part.
Like, you're hoping A.J. Ewing becomes a star. You're hoping Ryan Clifford becomes a star. I guess we're just back to let's just hope the prospects come up and are great. But in terms of his vision, and I explained this the other day, I think his vision was I want flexibility when it comes to contracts. And that's what he got. Like, I don't think his plan going into the offseason was, I want Bo Bichette and Jorge Polanco. It was, I don't want to give long-term deals to Pete Alonso. I don't want to keep this long-term deal to Brandon Nimmo. I want flexibility. But here's where I think you're wrong. How did the Florida Marlins even win in 1997? Like, the Yankees, let's use them. I know they had a core that they were building around, but in 2009, they added Mark Teixeira. They added CeCe Sabathia. Like, you can win even if you're bringing guys together. But they have to perform.
Right.
The problem with these guys isn't necessarily the camaraderie. It's that they stink. Marcus Semien isn't good. Luis Robert Jr. got off to a good start, has been awful, is now on the IL. So I think we simplify it by saying, well, you just can't put a bunch of guys together. I think you can if they're good. If you put a bunch of good players together, you can.
But I think the problem is that these guys, first of all, we don't know if they're good. And second of all, they're not available. I mean, how many games has Polanco played? He was brought here to be the first baseman. How many games at first base has
Should have known that. He's had a long injury history. That's on Stearns.
That's my point.
Yep.
And Robert is different, I guess, Luis Robert Jr., because he seemingly was a good center fielder in Chicago. But, I mean, you've seen this, Evan. In the Mets chat was talking about this. One of the relay plays from center field. The ball landed at the mound.
I know. His arm is awful.
It was
very disappointing.
Yeah, it was almost like, is he hurt?
Right.
Because that can't be what you paid for. And no, he's been okay at the plate, but now he's not even available. So
he was okay. He got off to a good start, then he's just awful the last few weeks.
So who's accountable for that?
Oh, it's all David Stearns. He's done a terrible job.
And so that's the point. And everybody's upset with David Stearns, but I think he was trying to make the most out of a very tough situation for the fan base, because nobody wanted to see this team completely remade, maybe some adjustments here and there, but he basically stripped it down and said, all right, I got to redo this thing. And it felt like he did it on the fly.
And the rooting thing is so wrong. Like, I don't have a lot of examples of it. I just know, I mean, Sean can back me up on this. In the brief time, because it was brief, that the Durant, Irving, Harden Nets looked like they were unbeatable. Like that brief moment, like when they beat the Bucks the first two games in the second round by a combined 1,000 points. Were they likable, Sean?
For me?
Yeah.
I liked them.
Of course you did.
Because they were winning.
I loved
and they were
them.
fun.
Blake Griffin was my guy. Like, let me make something.
But they were also like bona fide stars.
But that's not the point. He said it's tough to root for a team when you put a bunch of people together.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
But if you put a bunch of stars together, it's easier.
As long as you're winning. See, you're getting lost in the stars. Yeah. Winning. They were dominating. I had people tell me, well, they're a bunch of mercenaries. How do you root for that team? I had people tell me that. And I was like, because you're an idiot. Like, what do you mean, how do I root for them? It's very easy.
They also in real time embraced the fact that they were mercenaries. Kind of was like who hates us, screw you. And that made them funner.
And I think this goes with every fan base. You just need to experience it. Unfortunately for the Mets, they're not experiencing it because the team is terrible. But if Bo Bichette was hitting .350 and Jorge Polanco was awesome, and the Mets were, instead of being 10-20, were 20-10, trust me, they'd be plenty likable to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course they would be. But it's the fact that they've lost as much as they've lost, and then every other game looks even worse than some of those losses. It gets really hard to have any kind of faith.
Gino is in Flushing. What's up, Gino?
Hey, guys. Long time listener. Sorry. I mean, I've been listening to you guys for a long time, something like 20 years. I can't believe I'm calling in.
Appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate. I mean, again, funny that I'm calling for this thing. for the ball drop.
Yes.
100%. 100% it's supposed to happen, right? And this is a long thing going on, especially depends on what side of the political spectrum you're on. But unfortunately, this year with the new mayor we have, supposedly it's not happening as far as the way we've known it to happen. And the New Year's Eve, everybody gets that together. He is not allowing it to happen. Supposedly, what's going on is the ball will drop, but no one will be in Times
Well,
Square.
that's stupid. I have no politics here other than what's smart and dumb. That's my politics, which usually means I hate everybody. In this case, this mayor is making a big mistake. I'd like to know why. Why, Mr. Mondani, are we shutting down the second ball drop to honor this country? I want to be there.
This is my not knowing anything about politics, what I can tell you, what I've read.
All right, Communist Sean has an opinion.
Apparently, it's tied to the amount of resources put into security in and around New York City, New Jersey, around the World Cup months, and that
screw the World Cup. This is the World Cup's fault? Is that what you're telling me?
It is tied to that.
Get the World Cup the hell out of here.
So that this year, sans 1 week in July, Mamdani was able to sign an executive order to limit public gatherings in Manhattan, depending on the event, because they need to deploy all the resources and overtime to all the World Cup security. So it's going to be a limited ticket event for this ball drop.
I know you love
World
this.
Cup security for in New York City?
I guess just they want higher security.
Are they loaning them out to New Jersey? Because there's no, I mean, they're not playing in New York.
People are staying in
But
New
I think
York,
it's because there's a lot of
New York,
people
and they're drinking in New York.
and diplomats and a lot of people are going to be in New York City for that month.
I hate this World Cup. I'm sorry.
I'm just
I know
telling
you.
you what
I
I'm
know
reading,
you
man. I
love
don't
soccer, Tiki. I get it. It's a great sport. It's the world sport. This World Cup feels like more a pain in the ass than anything.
Right. Well, I mean, you're not going.
I know, but what about the 4th of July ball drop? I would have gone to that.
You would not have gone.
How do you know I wouldn't have gone?
Are you even going to be in town?
Yes. Yeah, I'm actually working July 3rd. Absolutely. Thank you for asking that, Tiki. I was going over my summer schedule. Actually was talking to my boss, the boss I love, the boss I would text any great idea to, the great Big Hurls. That's my guy right there.
He wants to be known as the contractor.
He's the contractor.
Yeah.
I was talking to the contractor, and I said, yeah, I'm taking a few days off before that, but I plan on working around July 4th. And a part of why I was going to work behind July 4th is so I could go see the ball drop. But Donnie's telling me I'm not allowed to.
Not allowed.
Because of the soccer. God, man. Why do we have the World Cup here? Like, what's the point?
Because it's an economic windfall.
Is
for
it?
New York, New Jersey.
Is that going to be the case?
I don't know. I'm sure that's what they sold it as.
But what about the young American who may watch this and want to play soccer? It helps grow the game.
There you go.
You don't actually even believe that.
No. So what's sad is I actually
growing.
I do believe it, but it's just not for me. Like, I don't know, man. Like, maybe my kids will watch soccer and love it.
So
I
can
don't
I
know.
tell you my issue with the World Cup in all seriousness? And you can prove me wrong based on the data and the facts and all that. It feels like the World Cup is for everyone else around the world to come here as opposed to us who live here.
Yeah, tourism's a big thing.
And I respect that. And if that's enough of a financial windfall to make it worth the hassle that this all is, it feels like we're hosting this event and it's for everybody but us. And so I just don't love it.
There's a lot of soccer fans in the States.
I am not saying there aren't soccer fans in the States. I'm not saying soccer fans won't show up. I'm saying the majority of the people.
Well, given the price of the ticket, they probably won't show up.
Exactly.
I'm
It's
just
going to be
saying.
people from all over the world,
Right.
which, again, if that's what's worth it for you, fine. I'm just saying I don't love it. Feels like this big event is for everybody but us. That's just me. Let's go to Jerry in Chester, New York. What's up, Jerry?
Evan, am I correct? I might have misheard you earlier, but will you say you would trade Francisco Lindor for Giancarlo Sacco?
No. What I said was no. See, this is the beauty of talk radio. We all misinterpret everybody. So we were mentioning earlier that ultimately David Stearns decided that the Nimmo contract was worth getting rid of to simply get back a contract that, while not good, is less in terms of years than the player they gave up in Nimmo.
Right.
So I said, would he ever be open to trading Lindor, and would he just take back the lesser of a contract? Let me think of an example. And the example I gave was Giancarlo because he's here. But no, I wouldn't do it. I don't think the Mets would do it. But clearly with what David has done to this roster, why wouldn't he be open to at least trading Lindor? The problem is the return won't be great. The trade we did talk about,
contract.
the trade we did talk about that I did say I would probably do is the hypothetical, never going to happen, bizarro Lindor for Bryce Harper. And as much as I don't like Bryce Harper and I think he's a phony, I think just based on the position and based on how I'm projecting they're going to age and they have the same amount of years left on their contract, that's the one I would make.
I have another follow-up to the ball drop that Evan hit us with. Our Evan and Tiki show Twitter account, at Evan and Tiki WFAN, has quote tweeted with a link to a guy's story from the America250.org. The Times Square ball drop will happen 8 times. On July 3rd to 4th, signaling the 8 different time zones in which there is American territories that day. So there's a property in Guam. It'll end at 7 a.m. from the American Samoa.
That's a joke, right?
Nope. It's on the official website.
That's a joke.
They're going to keep cranking it up and knocking it down.
In the middle of the day.
I guess. And I guess probably maybe this is also
Are we
why.
even going to see it?
Well, that would be, wait, do the math, Tiki. It's going to start at midnight, then at 1 a.m. for the Central Time Zone, then 2 a.m. for the Mountain Time Zone.
Is Ryan Seacrest hosting something with like Miranda Lambert performing? Like, how are we doing it?
I think it's just going to be the ball dropping.
And no one's going to see it?
And it's just going to be happening. If you happen to be in Times Square, great. If not, whatever.
See, that makes it
There's
even
going to be no gathering.
That makes it even more appealing for me to go. Now I could just go out, spend a late night out. Got to see the Mets schedule, see what they're doing. There'll be 30 games under 500, and then I can see the ball drop.
This is starting to sound like the birthday party you get invited to, and you're like, oh, boy, that's coming up.
Yeah. Do we have to go?
Yeah.
Here's what I know.
That's what it feels like.
As annoyed as Sean is about all the information that's coming in about it, you didn't even know about it until I brought it up to you, so you're welcome.
You didn't know about it until your kid brought it up to you.
Exactly. That's the way we find out information nowadays. You haven't found something out because one of your beautiful daughters said, hey, Daddy, ba 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 ba, and then you found something out? Happens all the time.
I'm starting to be able to speak Spanish, so.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
Look at you. We
Taylor in the dual language.
We could have full conversations
Let's
now.
go.
Let's go to Evan in Brooklyn. Hey, Evan.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm actually pretty nervous because, like, it's my first time calling, and what I'm going to say, you guys are going to be really probably going to fight back on this. But
Who do you think is, before you say anything, who do you think is going to be most mad, Sean, Tiki, or me? What's your prediction?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, probably not Tiki. Tiki's always, like, plays both sides of it. So, like,
I'm measured. I'm the measured one here.
Yeah, by the way, big fan. I never watched you play, but I saw your I'm only 23, but I've seen your highlights.
YouTube.
Cool stuff.
You're old, Tiki. You're old.
I am.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Evan. What's your big idea that's going to piss everyone off?
Okay. Brian Burns is the best player in the Giants, and his value is super high right now, and they have a lot of depth at the position. I think you can get a first, a second, and next year's first for trading him. And I think the Giants should do it because they're not Super Bowl bound this year. And I think they can really build this team with those assets. And a trade idea I thought of was, I don't really know the guy. I did some research on him. I think he's with the Bears, Gervin Dexter, so it's pretty funny. He's a defensive tackle. He has pretty good upside. And let's say you get a first, a second, and him. I think it's pretty smart if the Giants do something like that. But
yeah, but why would the Bears do that? The Bears wouldn't do that.
You think it's too much value?
I just don't. I think they're trying to build a team that can win, and they don't want to get rid of good players.
Well, I'm the Giants. I don't want to get rid of good players.
Yeah,
and
I'm just talking about from the Bears standpoint.
I don't like the thesis because this is what caught me. So, Evan, maybe I'll be the answer to who's going to be most annoyed with your idea, but we appreciate the idea.
Brian Burns is your best defensive player right now. You're not getting rid of him.
You're not getting rid of him, and I also don't like this loser mentality of, well, we're not winning the Super Bowl anyway.
Yeah, I think the reality
How could you say that in football?
In football, anything, it can happen. We saw it with the Commanders 2 years ago.
How about the Patriots? How about Mike Vrabel and Drake May getting to a Super Bowl?
How about none of that? How about you just hold on to your good players for once?
That's ultimately what it is.
I mean, what are we doing?
When you get good players and you have them locked up, not super long term, but long term enough with Brian Burns, you hold on to that guy and then you build around him because you've already paid him.
I completely agree with that, and I'm not in favor of trading good players. And I've kind of heard it from you too, Sean, not to the level of what Evan just said. This idea of, we're not going to win this year.
No, but your it's
you
different.
Can't say that.
But even I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but you're establishing something no matter how many wins you get.
Sean, they could, though. Like, I'm not even a giant homer. I think it's asinine to make they can't. They have a Super Bowl winning head coach. They've got a quarterback that you guys tell me is a franchise quarterback. You got a legitimate number one wide receiver. You got a lot of dogs on defense, especially when you look at the talent that you've drafted the last few years.
Right.
Like, spare me with the you can't. The Patriots just came close to winning one. I feel better.
And they didn't have an elite team.
They didn't. I feel better about the Giants going into 26 than I did the Patriots going into 25. Okay. I think that's it. By the way, I would assume that's a popular opinion, what I just said.
Yeah, we just need more than Labradoodles at D-tackle, and then I'll start to believe.
I'm not saying they aren't a flawless team, but, I mean, geez, the negativity with some of these
I should tell him, too, watch your mouth, because scheduled, I think, 2 weeks from today, Brian Burns will be on this show at 12:15 on May 13th.
Really? I had no idea.
I was going to tell you guys that at this show.
Oh, lovely.
Why was he promoting?
His softball game.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's right.
Brian Burns.
May 13th, 12:15.
You know what I remember most about Brian Burns? And I thought it was awesome. We had him on. It was like the camp of after they traded for him. And we asked him the trivia question of, can you name all the coaches that you had in Carolina?
That's right. Because he went to at least 3, right?
And he struggled. No, I think he got all of them except the last one. Like his most recent coach.
Oh,
He's
right,
like, what's his name? I thought that was funny. All right, real quick, what happens tonight? Knicks Hawks, specific prediction. Sean Morash, go ahead.
I think the Knicks blow them out by like 18 points tonight and win and seal this up.
Is the game ever close?
In the second quarter, but the third quarter, Brunson takes over second half. They run away.
Close first quarter, 133 to 104.
Yeah, I think the Hawks have a lead until about 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. I think they'll finish the first half strong. I think the Knicks will ultimately win this game by a final score of 115 to 97.
Okay.
115 to 97. We'll talk all about it tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app. Hey, look, Craig and Big Mac are working today. They're on next. Talk to you tomorrow.
This Odyssey Sports Minute